Welcome to World Class Bullshitters, the epitome of pop culture. I'm your host, Jeff Hicks, and with me tonight is the one, the only, Dion Green.
Baby, boys and girls, children of all ages. I'm like that cell phone in your pocket. Sometimes you forget I'm there, but when I rumble and tumble in your pocket, I make you feel things you never felt before.
Is that legal?
You tell me.
That man chuckling in the background is the last standing Simone, Big Rig, Nick Utam.
Dion, quit blowing up my phone when I'm at work, all right? I know it's my pocket, it's on vibrate, but just quit it, all right? And quit with the pictures, okay? It's getting weird.
I like the idea of me buzzing in your pocket.
It's getting weird.
It's in his
right. 8-ball, corner pocket, one shot, you're welcome.
I apologize in advance, folks. And finally, Kendo Slice.
I got their numbers blocked. I ain't worried.
Not on Facebook, bitch. Incoming dick pic.
Let's mute the conversation.
Yeah, that's what I do for most of my private chats on Facebook.
Yeah, same here.
I'll find a way.
So it is episode 157 of World Class Bullshitters, and we got a lot to talk about this week. So before we start, let's do what we always do and give a quick shout out to our newest patrons. So first off, we'd like to thank Aldrich Nokum. We'd also like to thank the Rookie Critic, Proper Jeremy, and Logan Michael. So to all of our new and upgraded patrons, we'd like to tell you thank you. We appreciate you. And without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do the after hours shows and all the stuff we're able to do. So again, thank you very much. Now, for those who have also backed the Stealing Solo campaign, here's a little bit of news. If you are in the U.S., the first half of the certificates have been sent out. And tomorrow, the rest of all the certificates will be sent out. So I know it sounds like, oh, it's only 1,400 of them. Yeah, but 1,400 certificates, 1,500 envelopes, mailing labels, stamps, all this stuff kind of builds up. So thankfully, it's finally been done. That's why we didn't do 3 videos so far this week, just 2. But everything is ready to go to the post office. So tomorrow, they will be on their way to you. Everyone should be getting those soon. And we mean the international listeners as well. So thank you to everyone who has been patient. We're going to put that up on Patreon, on Indiegogo as well to give everyone an update. But they're on their way to you. And when you get them, shoot us a tweet and say, hey, I got my hashtag Stealing Solo certificate. So just to let you know, to let us know that you got them. So one other piece of housekeeping news before we start tonight's show. Last week, there was a bit of confusion with delisting the podcast and all this other crap. So we're not going to do that anymore. We're going to make sure that it stays on YouTube. You guys just got to have your bell notifications turned on so we can get the videos to you, as many of you as possible. So for all the confusion that arose last week, it's over and done. But a heads up, we do post the podcast on Podbean, iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Google Play Music, and a multitude of other services. So if you can not listen to us on YouTube or you want to listen to us without having your screen on, we're on those other platforms. It's the same show, slightly higher audio quality. So guys, do you remember the Twitter poll we had last week?
Yes. I believe so.
Yeah.
Well, would you like to hear the results of said Twitter poll?
I would.
Yes, please.
All right. So last week we posted that we had hit 100,000 unique downloads on Podbean and iTunes, and we wanted to know how we should celebrate. So we put up a poll. You know what? Let me just show this poll for everyone out there who's listening or watching. Excuse me.
Jeff's going to show him his poll.
Shut up. Maybe I am. Maybe I am. Maybe that's how this channel dies. So here we go, folks. This is our Twitter poll. Right here, you can see that we had your options were a reading of My Immortal, a commentary of The Room, something Batman, or other. Specify below. So it looks like something Batman won by 5% over a commentary of The Room. To be honest, I'm a little disappointed that we didn't get to do a commentary of The Room, but
we can make it happen anyway.
We can make it happen anyway. We could probably give you all of these things eventually. Maybe the My Immortal stuff, not so much, because that's so played out. But
a pain in the ass to get through.
It actually gives me a headache. So there you go, folks. You're going to get something Batman related. And we decided last week on the show that it would be Lego Batman. So we're going to do a Lego Batman commentary. And the closer we get to June, we're going to do a Batman 89 commentary. So for all those out there that love your Batman content, we got you covered. So one other thing we have to talk about as well is this amazing piece of art that I'm going to show to everyone out there. So if you guys are a member of our Facebook group, not the page, but the private group that you have to get approved to join, you will have noticed that we had a really awesome piece of fan art come in from a listener. So let's see who said that. Dion, mute yourself, buddy. You're making too much noise.
Okay, I'm literally sitting here doing nothing, but okay.
Are you opening a beer?
No!
Jose, it's coming from you. It tells me who it's from. Anyway,
It's lying.
Okay. So anyway, folks, this is our awesome fan art that we got. And a lot of you have liked this. So I got that as a message, and it blew me away. And we might run with it. A lot of people have said, you should do this as a comic book. You should do this. You should do that. So if you're in the chat watching right now and you think we should do something, let me know. This comes from our friend Francisco. His friend Bernardo made this for us. So this might be my favorite thing that's ever been made in reference to world-class bullshitters. How do you guys feel about it?
I feel wonderful.
That's funny.
I'm a Ghostbuster.
Yeah.
No, we're Wokebusters, bro.
Sorry, Wokebuster.
Does that mean we have to cross the streams?
Yes.
I mean, only for fun on New Year's, bro, but we don't talk about that on air.
Yeah.
No homo? Oh, wait, we don't say no homo. We say no bromo.
Whatever.
All right.
But yeah, folks, there you go. There is your first look at the real Wokebusters. I designed that logo about 2 years ago, almost 3 years ago now, for the t-shirts that I used to sell. And it kind of caught on. It helped the channel grow with that, logo. And maybe we'll turn this into a comic where we fight a giant Triggly Puff, like Stay Puft Marshmallow Man thing. So I was thinking about
that story.
I was thinking about the story. Kendo, you'd have to be Winston, your favorite Ghostbuster.
Yeah, because I joined you guys after you formed teams.
Exactly. So I'm thinking Dion would probably be Bill Murray.
Pants are getting a little tighter.
I think that fits.
I'm Dan Aykroyd, and Nick would be Harold Ramis.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I feel like that would fit our personalities quite well. I want to play around with this idea, and as soon as Stealing Solo is done, maybe we'll do something with Wokebusters if the interest is there.
I'm thinking we're gonna have to lock ourselves into a room for a weekend and just write this shit.
Oh no, that sounds so horrible.
Yeah, I'm thinking we're gonna have to get an
Airbnb.
Airbnb.
Creativity.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get an Airbnb. I'll get there Friday. We're just gonna sit there. We can't leave the building. We'll have to have beer and pizza delivered, and possibly cigars. And we will crank out the script just like Dan Aykroyd did.
Yeah, but I'm not buying cocaine.
Oh,
fine. Dude, I'll bring it. I know a guy. It's okay. Jesus.
Nick's just looking for an excuse to fucking mule something up his ass. Don't buy it.
He watched some movies and he's ready to fucking go.
Yeah, he's like, go ahead, pack it in there. I can get 3 keys up there.
Jesus. What the fuck show is this?
I don't even know.
I bought cocaine from an invisible chair.
Oh my god, you guys. I don't even know anymore. Fuck it. I'm going to use that as my icon for tonight, though. Not the title card. Oh, one final thing before we start. Happy birthday to my favorite comic book artist, John Romita Sr. The dude is old as hell. I'd love to meet him before he passes away, but it is his birthday. So if you guys have ever gone out and seen Spider-Man artwork on a mug or a t-shirt, it's probably his artwork. So happy birthday, John. So are you guys ready to start talking about the oddest piece of news to come out this week? I mean, last week we talked about Ghostbusters and the Spider-Man trailer and stuff, but this week, Black Panther got nominated for an Academy Award for Best Picture.
Yeah, that's so silly.
What world are we living in?
That is really silly. I saw that and I was just like, and then, of course, someone posted the article about, well, Black Panther deserves it and Dark Knight doesn't. And I'm just like, okay, why? Please tell me why. And you can't say anything about it being its impact in terms of black cinema. And you can't say anything about character development because literally you saw brand new characters that you know very little about. And most of them fucking died or now are in Wakanda jail. So please you can't say one of those two things. Why does it deserve a fucking Academy Award? And if you say effects, that's a separate fucking Oscar. It's crazy. It's just, had I known that I could have gotten an Oscar just by showing up to a fucking movie in 2019, I wouldn't be on this motherfucking show right now. I'd be getting my ween being sucked by some chicks with very low self-esteem in California right now.
Jesus.
That's fucking crazy. Like, I get you had Angela Bassett in your movie. That's awesome. I like Angela Bassett a lot. But the fact that Black Panther's getting an Oscar, and again, I hate the whole argument about, oh well, why didn't so and so, past movies, you're starting to enter a different conversation in terms of comic book movies and Oscars, because a lot of those movies happened a long time ago. But come on, there are good comic book movies now that deserve better Oscars than fucking Black Panther. And if that's the case, 2020 is going to be a goddamn trip.
Well, the thing is, Dion, I don't think anybody has a problem with Black Panther was nominated for like best adapted screenplay, effect,
right.
Best picture. To me, that's where like the red flag gets thrown up, because you can go back and listen to our old review of Black Panther. We gave it, I think our average was what, like 7 out of 10, right?
Yeah,
Something.
like 7. It wasn't. Yeah.
It was a favorable score for anyone out there, because I read some of the comments before we went live. People were like, "How was Black Panther SJW?" We're not saying that it is at all. So I'll try to read between the lines. Now, the marketing around it, the hype surrounding it was all very preachy and heavy-handed. But overall, we enjoyed the film. I own it. I think some of you guys own it. It's not a bad movie, and I like Chadwick Boseman a lot. But it definitely feels like this is an intentional like push for like accepting comic book movies, and they're using Black Panther as this like sacrificial lamb is not the right thing, because it's not being sacrificed.
They're using it to
virtual signaling.
Yeah, they're virtue signaling, and they're trying to boost themselves up, being like, "We're Hollywood. You know how we're horrible fucking people. Yeah, this is to show you we're not, because we're giving this movie Academy Award." Well, here's a list. I got the list of the movies for 2019 Academy Award for Best Picture: Black Klansman, Black Panther, Bohemian Rhapsody, The Favorite, or whatever the hell that movie is, Green Book, Roma, A Star Is Born, and Vice.
Yeah, I don't like. Oh, I mean, Black Panther's the only one I've seen on that list. So
I watched Bohemian Rhapsody and I really loved it. I don't know if it's best picture material, like maybe best soundtrack. Like, it's really good, but I don't know about best picture. I mean, if you really, if they really wanted to go woke, they would go ahead and give Black Klansman the award.
I wish they would. I mean, I'm coming at it from a place of I'm a Marvel fan. You guys know this about me. The listeners know this about me. It wasn't even as good as Infinity War.
It wasn't. No, it wasn't.
It doesn't look better. It doesn't sound better. It doesn't have a better story. It doesn't have anything. Thanos, a CGI character that's not even really there. Josh Brolin wore a fucking tennis ball and some suits and some shit like that. But he was
that was hard work, and he worked really hard in that.
The point is, he was more compelling than anything Michael B. Jordan did. He was a better villain, a better supporting actor, if you want to put him in that category. The thing, Infinity War just beat Black Panther in so many ways. It'd be like next year, Captain Marvel's up for an Oscar for Best Picture. Like, if Black Panther wins this, Captain Marvel's gonna get a fucking nomination next year.
And then it's gonna win next year as well. So, but yeah, this is complete crap. I really do hope Black Klansman takes it home, because that would just be like a slap in their face so much.
Well, I mean, based on the outside looking in, I kind of hoping that the Christian Bale Dick Cheney movie wins, because Christian Bale is a fucking awesome actor.
Yeah, Vice. Yeah.
So give him that. And I'm not trying to sound funny. The movie Green Book seems like a more Oscar award worthy film. Isn't that based on a true story and all that stuff? I mean, if 2019 is the year that you want a black led film to win an Oscar, Black Panther is not the film.
No.
Anything but Black Panther. It's such a hollow attempt to like elevate this film above The Dark Knight. Look, Dion, you've known me for over a decade now. I've liked The Dark Knight, but I've never kissed its ass like a lot of people do. Dark Knight is so much better than Black Panther. It's not even fucking funny.
It is.
Oh yeah, man.
It is. It is by far. And it's just funny too, because it's like, and you can always tell when someone's argument for something is really bad based on how quick they are to become defensive and how quick they are to jump at you with gaslit arguments like, well, this deserved it and this doesn't, or this is a better movie than this by far, and then they don't back it up. So for example, so many of these articles about well, Black Panther's just the best comic book movie. It's the best ever, and it's like, okay, so you're saying It's better than Dark Knight. It's better than every other Marvel movie. Where turn it down over there. Turn it down, please. Thank you. When the majority of people who say that, make that point, haven't watched any of the other movies, are self-proclaimed not comic book movie fans, or even better, are saying, "Oh well, Black Panther addressed all these other issues in our culture," when other Marvel movies, past movies, do a much better fucking job of that than Black Panther. And that's just being objective. That's not me making shit up. It's way more in depth in certain subjects than fucking Black Panther was. And it's just like, oh well, it's just Black Panther deserves it. It just but don't tell me it just deserves anything. If you can't come up with a reason why, or even explain why that's the case, then you already proven that you don't know what the fuck it is you're talking about. And it's fucking ridiculous, especially now. It's like, oh, well, remember a few years ago with all that shit? Well, we're going to make up for it, and we're just going to make Black Panther. We're going to nominate it. Fucking Black Panther, because it has black in the title. So, Oscar.
Black Dynamite, where's that movie's Oscar at?
Yeah. Well, it's funny you said because it's black in the title, because once again, Black Klansman has black in the title, and it's nominated. I'm just like, what are you trying? Like, we know what you're trying to do, and you're not real subtle about it, nor are you good at it. So, like, I would believe Black Klansman over Black Panther that was in the the running for Best Picture. Like, all right, fine, no problem. But the fact they're both in there is just like you're doubling down, and it looks disingenuous, and it doesn't look good. It does not look good.
If you count Bohemian Rhapsody in with that as well, you know, Freddie Mercury was gay.
Yeah, very true. Very true.
There's 3 protected classes now nominated.
Which hey, if you're saying, and again, Bohemian Rhapsody, I get, what's his name, Rami Bowman, whatever his name is,
Rami Malek.
Thank you, Rami Malek, Mr. Robot, big ass eye Magoo. That dude he had a fantastic performance. He was in a movie as an actor and portrayed another person who used to be alive so well that it left a lasting mark after you stopped watching the movie. There's nothing fucking close to that in Black Panther. Michael B. Jordan was starring as Michael B. Jordan and played Michael B. fucking Jordan. There's nothing to differentiate Michael. Yeah, he's the same dude who was in Creed. Like, there's nothing. That dude did nothing special. Chadwick Boseman, another great actor. Is him, donning an accent and if you're a comic book fan, he does a damn good job of bringing the child to life. But again, it's not a fucking performance that blows you out of the fucking water. And then what other characters are there? It's not like there's a character that stands out where you watch the movie and you're like, damn, dude, like I love the dude from Get Out and his character. He has that 1,000-yard stare with them big ass eyes. It just stuck with me after I watched Black Panther. No, you don't say that. But even if you go like, oh well, this world brought to life, to see it, I became immersed in it. And it's the CGI wasn't that, huh?
I'd say they go to Korea. You can go to Korea in your own life. Stop building up Black Panther. They go to England. You can go to England. You can go to fucking LA.
Yeah.
Go to where the movie took place. But you can't go to Wakanda. It's not a real place nor a state of mind.
Yeah.
So wait, hold on.
I felt like I was there.
So the tickets I bought for the Wakanda beach vacation are bullshit. Is that what you're telling me?
The Nigerian screwed you, bro.
God damn it.
Yes. Yes.
I've got a Hard Rock Cafe shirt Wakanda, so I don't know what you're talking about.
I'll make you one of those to wear.
Oh my god!
Like, hey, where'd you get that, bro? Like, I went to Wakanda.
What the fuck is Wakanda, man? They let me in. They thought I was the White Wolf.
Oh my god!
I got both of my arms, but fuck it.
Yeah. I just painted this one black and gold. They bought it.
Shit.
No, but Dion, I'm with you, man. We both left that movie last year. It was fine, and I think them trying to put their agenda Marvel flicks right before their big picture of each year is smart, because you don't have that much time to think about it. With Star Wars, you had that 6-month gap where like every day there was some new piece of information. About The Last Jedi. Either people were shitting on you for not liking it, directors, writers, these people that worked in the media, and then the Chinese people hated it, so they got rid of it in their country. And there were just all these different things coming up about it. Like I've said before, we had 49 days between Captain Marvel and Black Panther. I think if Black Panther honestly wins, which I hope it doesn't. See, here's another scenario too. It could get nominated. It's nominated for Best Picture. It doesn't win, but it gets that nod, like, oh, the only superhero movie to be nominated for Best Picture. Then we get to Captain Marvel, gets nominated, wins. Then they go full on ideology in these movies, and it's just like, oh god, they become Oscar. They were going for big box office. Now they're Oscar baity pieces of shit. I mean, the Marvel movies are going to put themselves, out the pasture really quick if they go that route.
I mean, they already are. I mean, we're getting to a movie called Endgame for a reason. It's just like, and I'm ready for it to be over. I'm ready for it to be done. So.
I want more good films, but I don't want to see the good characters die off because they don't want to put up money for them. It's like, pay Chris Evans and Chris Hemsworth. I know it's expensive, but your movie makes $2 billion. Cut them a better check and stop being greedy.
Yep.
Yeah, your returns is fucking crazy. And even then, even kind of going off your previous point, even if eventually earning an Oscar is a goal for Marvel Studios, which, hey, is a great goal. Hey, any movie studio, you should want money and you should want an Oscar. I understand that. If that is your goal, you should not go about it doing this over-the-top, disingenuous, virtual signaling thing, because one, people see through it, and two, as we say all the time on this fucking channel, you sacrifice the story of the film. If your end goal is like, I want to get this message across because I want people to say that I'm smart and a genius and they'll give me an Oscar, and then you end up coming out with fucking a Suicide Squad like movie where it's a hollow ass film where you have these characters that you're supposed to like this person, no one's gonna go watch it, and you're gonna fucking undo everything you've done for the last 10 years. And people who pay money to see films, they see through that bullshit. And again, we'll see how Captain Marvel goes, but again, with this Oscar, with the way that they're promoting Captain Marvel, it's just so disingenuous, man. And I just don't want to see them. I want Marvel to keep going. I want to see other cool movies, but don't sacrifice a good movie for, we want to seem like we're really smart and good people. Because people, grown adults can tell when they're being bullshitted. It's just math, son.
We'll be prepared for a lot of that. The thing is, dude, like, if I look at other superhero flicks, now this is obviously opinion based, and we all have different, rankings. But I would put many other superhero movies above Black Panther that could got Best Picture.
Yeah,
I mean, because the thing is, Black Panther sets the bar so low because if social media didn't exist the way it did, this movie would have made money and it would have come and gone. It wouldn't have become a fucking movement. It wouldn't have had these stupid people on Twitter going on and on and on about stuff that really isn't relative to the film. The people have turned this into something that it's not, and it's kind of dangerous because you get behind this one thing. You act like it's this big cause. You act like it's this trend-setting, groundbreaking film. Again, it's not. But now you take away, like, before the Oscars were like the best of the best. Then they got kind of artsy fartsy. Now it's like, well, if Black Panther does it, what other big budget superhero movie that's kind of stupid deserves it? It's like, when does a Transformer movie get a Best Picture nod? When does a James Bond movie get a Best Picture nod? Like, why isn't Superman 1978? And you know what I'm saying? Like, you get to the like, where do we go? Where do we draw the line? And I think putting Black Panther there moves that line in the wrong direction.
Well, I think, and again, I think the other concern that people always fucking forget about when it comes to film is fads die horrible deaths. And it might not be you when you do a movie, but there's going to be a movie that so many studios put so much money in, a few years ahead of time, and they lose fucking money. We saw it with when they kept doing period pieces in the 90s, and then they kept doing all these turn of the century fucking play-esque movies, and then The English Patient comes out, wins a fucking Oscar, and it's regarded as one of the worst Oscar wins of all goddamn time. Then you have these fucking old franchise or movies based on books that lasted for super, super long. So you see movies that do well like The Bourne Identity, and you see all these other films based on fucking novels. And then fucking John Carter comes out, an old ass fucking book that was part of a comic series, all these things, and Disney spent $250 million fucking on it and lost a shit ton of fucking money. And then A Wrinkle in Time comes out a few years later, loses a bunch of fucking money. This fad of, oh well, we're gonna come up with comic book movies and we're gonna shoot for Oscars and we're gonna do specific groups as the focal point of our ad campaigns to get people to feel good about watching our movies. Again, that it's not gonna last forever, and one of you are gonna be stuck holding the fucking bag, losing hundreds of millions of fucking dollars.
One
it happens.
You brought up trends. One trend I'm glad is over from the 90s. Remember when every TV show got adapted into a movie, it felt like?
Oh, yeah, that's another
Addams
thing.
Family, My Favorite Martian, all kinds of just...
Oh, shit, you're right.
All the SNL get...
oh, my God, Night of the Roxbury. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That's just a 90s... Look, I love Wayne's World, and that's never going to change. And I like Night of the Roxbury. It's okay. But my point is, that's just a fad I'm glad is over and done with. I fucking hated, Leave It to Beaver and all that stuff that kept coming out.
I remember that. Yeah. What the hell? Yeah, they did so many of those.
Yeah, they did. I'm glad. Like I said, just glad it's done. But
Alejandro, It's Pat is a perfect example of, again, that fad of TV shows and SNL bits being made in movies.
It's Pat in the chat.
Yeah, and Alejandro did.
I'll only say this once on air. It's Pat is the worst movie I've ever seen. It's worse than The Last Jedi. It's worse than The Last Jedi.
I fucking really hate that movie.
Yeah,
if I could punch the film itself, just give me a stack of DVDs, I'll beat the shit out of those DVDs. It'll feel so good. I have a seething hatred for that film. I saw it as a kid. It's the dumbest fucking movie ever made. Dave Foley, I usually like Dave Foley. You suck, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Julia Sweeney, usually all right. That movie, just fuck that movie. I'm so sorry to go on this rant, but
Nick, we got to get some DVDs of It's Pat.
Shit.
I'll get an eBay right now. I'm sure that somebody has them in bulk somewhere.
Yeah. Film Jeff beating the shit out of them.
I will. I'll get people's elbow to a fucking DVD.
Then we'll pour gasoline on them and light them on fire.
Yep.
We'll destroy it along with a copy of The Last Jedi.
Shit.
Now, folks, we're not done talking about Black Panther, but let's see what the listeners are saying. So we got a bunch of super chats that rolled in. First off, from Basil, HuffPo got rid of all their gender studies twats. Thank you, base Jesus Christ, for this plentiful bounty. So the Huffington Post, I haven't heard that news, but the Huffington Post is not a news source I ever like to cite because I don't trust them. Have you guys heard about this news?
No.
No, I haven't.
News to me.
Oh, so the Huffington Post got rid of their shutters its opinion and health section. Okay. Well, it's not that sad of news. You know what? I'll look more into this. But
well, I'm sure their health section was like, oh, don't go to a doctor. Just keep drinking echinacea and thinking about positive things, and you'll feel better.
Dump that meat for some tofu.
Yeah, it's probably like, we should only do the juicing method. I mean, sure, your body will shit out everything that's ever been in it, and sure, you'll feel a little hungry, even though that's your body going into starving mode. But please do the juicing method. It clears your colon, despite the fact that your colon naturally does this shit. But please, juice, bitch.
Anyway, back to Basil, and I'm not worried about.
Coca-Cola will give you AIDS.
Don't say that; they'll come after you.
With AIDS?
They'll reboot it. I'm not worried about their lack of income since they have vaginas and they can use those to make good cash like most lots. Damn, Basil, you do not like the Huffington Post.
No, clearly not.
Those are some harsh words from Basil. Dr. Coffinail says M. Night honey dicked us.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
I'd like to shout out Dr. Coffinails for subscribing to my channel and keep leaving me all kinds of comments. Thank you, buddy.
Basil also says that M. Night Ryan Johnsoned glass.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. He went a little too much M. Night Shyamalan, and he should have backed it up a little bit. But it wasn't it wasn't that bad, man. It wasn't like The Happening or anything. It's not that bad.
Well, you're the only one here on the show that's seen it. On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give the film?
I'd give it like a 5.
Okay.
Oh,
Give it like a 5. Yeah, because I mean, it had potential. It had potential. It had a lot of things going for it, but then like it's way too long. There's too much bullshit in it, and they spend too much time at that facility. And the ending is just like the ending is like a cliffhanger that leads to a bigger story that is just not going to happen. So,
well, was there a twist?
Yeah, there was.
Wow.
Did you go, oh, what a twist?
No? Of course, I could do that in the theater. Nobody else could.
You're the only one there. That's why.
It wasn't that bad, but yeah, it was. Yeah, it's not something I'm going to go to my way and buy or get or anything like that. So,
well, I was really excited for that flick because I love.
No, I know you, dude. You and me both were. I was, we had seen Split. We were watching Unbreakable. Like, it was there. But it just, it wasn't that good.
Well, the thing is, like, I enjoy the big epic sprawling films like Infinity War and Black Panther's okay, but I do like the smaller flicks. And see, smaller pictures don't have to necessarily be dramas and stuff like that. They can be supernatural or horror or these like larger than life things, but on a smaller scale. Sometimes I really like that. Like I was watching the opening to Captain America Winter Soldier, and it wasn't, this big intergalactic thing. It was just kind of like, oh, okay, he's doing stuff in Washington, D.C. I dig it. That was what I wanted out of Glass, just a small story with, bigger implications. But I guess I should go watch it just because I don't want to let
definitely
judge it for me.
Yeah, definitely watch it and see, make your own opinion about it.
Alejandro Flores Ibarra says, I got banned from Mahler's Discord server yesterday for posting a quote-unquote not safe for work Animal Crossing meme. Now I feel really empty online. Sad face. I didn't even know there were Animal Crossing memes.
Apparently there are.
Welcome to the internet, I guess.
I don't think we're a very Animal Crossing friendly podcast.
No.
I mean, I don't want to see a raccoon and a fucking gazelle fucking while they're mining for beats, but each his own.
Well, hey, different strokes for different folks.
Yep.
Michael says Funko Pops are gayer than Clay Aiken. God.
Hey, he ran for Senate in North Carolina and no one voted for him. That made me laugh my ass off.
What? Just no one at all.
I think literally he got a handful of votes. I think he got a couple hundred. I think is if I remember correctly. God. It was so funny.
Wow,
this dude.
A couple hundred. Jeez.
It was bad. It was bad.
And just to think, Kane, the wrestler, can win his election.
Yeah,
Ventura.
He is mayor.
Oh God, Jesse Ventura though, but Jesse Ventura's lost. He's a couple screws loose, man. That guy is.
But let's remember the state that elected him. Fucking Minnesota. They're not exactly known for great decisions up there.
Yeah, but they made Brock Lesnar.
It's true, by accident. In a lab.
What in a test tube or something? What happened?
Have you seen that?
Have you seen Brock Lesnar?
That's true. You got a point there.
Okay, Dion, would you walk up to Brock Lesnar and say hi to him?
You know what? I would. I wouldn't do anything crazy because he might mistake me for a piece of meat and try to eat me for protein. But I would. I'd be like, you know what? I'm a big fan. I loved you at WrestleMania 19 before the whole net break thing, and your wife's attractive, man. Plus, I like watching you punch dudes in the face. I'm a fan, so I'd shake his hand, and then I'd be prepared to call a doctor because I'm sure he would break every fucking bone in my hand with those gorilla goddamn mitts he calls hands because he ain't human.
I'm not trying to discredit Brock Lesnar, but I don't think you would be that much of an inferior in terms of a handshake. I think you could take it.
See, that's you build me up, man. You're like a beautiful 90s R&B song. That's why I love you, man. You build me up.
You're building you up so you do something stupid and we can get it on video.
Listen, now for on video, now you're tempting me with a good time, goddamn it. We got options. Hey, Brock, I just want to say you're a pussy. You were never my champion. And let's see what he does.
I think he would just walk off. I think he's smart enough to know when people are fishing for a lawsuit.
Oh, for sure. Plus, it is really funny, because he was trying to get back to the UFC, so he stopped taking steroids. And when he came out on I think it was Survivor Series, and he was just very noticeably a lot more flabby. I was like, maybe he's a little bit closer to human than I thought. He's off his cycle.
So I watched Raw for a minute. Oh, by the way, folks, if you're a patron on After Hours, we're just going to briefly talk about the Royal Rumble and our predictions. So if for our 10 wrestling fans, we are going to talk about it for a couple of minutes. But I watched Raw for just a second to see what was going on. And man, Paul Heyman got way fatter than he used to be.
I don't know if he's just like melting down Twinkies and ice cream and fucking eating it, but I'm concerned for his health. Like, it's at the point now where his hair is getting pulled into that roll on the back of his head. And I'm like, Paul, you need to eat it, dude. We don't want to lose you. We need you. We fucking need you. Stop inhaling fucking Barnes and whatever that ice cream is. Ben and Jerry's.
He came to Barnes and Noble. There's a lot of fiber in the books.
No, he's just like sucking out the Twinkie cream and injecting it into his neck immediately.
That sounds like a good time. When Horror Hound rolls around in Cincinnati, I think
my God,
try that. Freebase vegetable shortening and sugar.
Of all the things to freebase, some dude picked a cucumber. Okay, let me freebase these veggies, man. I'm gonna get fucked up tonight before I fuck my babysitter.
Oh Jesus!
Shit.
I have no clue what's going on anymore.
Marette
says, me, myself, and I went to the kitchen and ate pie. And Mother, she came in and chased us out with a rolling pin. Also, Jeff discovered the identity of Brooklyn Supreme Dion Green. I did. I used my sleuthing skills like a Encyclopedia Brown. There we go.
Yep.
I figured it out. Inspector Gadget style.
Proud of you.
Thank you, Mareth Dealing, though. Or Brooklyn Supreme Dion Green. Either way, you entertain us every week, so thank you very much. Alejandro Flores Ibarra says, eloquent Dion, infant men and women, people from birth to 18.
You pretty much summed me up right there. Well done.
Can somebody turn it into one of those memes now with the old, who's the guy in the picture? You know what meme I'm talking about. I want to see that. Somebody Photoshop Dion's face onto that guy's head. Or, just there we go. Don't worry about the skin color change. Just make it really awkward.
Exactly. The more awkward, the better.
Yes.
Appalachian American Jeremy. Good to be back. Been super busy with work. Hail. Welcome back, Appalachian American Jeremy. Do you know our friend Appalachian Kendo?
I'm not Appalachian, though.
You are from
all the hills have eyes. Who cares?
And one of them doesn't work. Billy Ritchie says the Rick Moranis character will be Cecil.
Oh my God!
I think Cecil would be perfect.
Oh my God!
That'd be so funny.
Oh jeez.
Who would Richard Peck be, or Walter Peck?
PBS.
Late. Yep. Late easily.
Who's the most pedantic person that we know that is a pain in the ass and has no dick? Lape.
Yeah. They wrote him for Brian fucking Lape. There's no way that was wrote for anyone else but that fucking man. Yes.
Oh man.
Well, we'll flesh this out. I gotta get through stealing so, like I said, but once we do, if the audience is still there, we can make Woke Busters. That'd be fucking fun. Because realistically, we could do Woke Busters for a while. All you gotta do.
Oh yeah. Oh God,
movies,
yeah.
Like, oh, dude, instead of a fucking river of slime under the city, it's a river of soy under the city.
We could do that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, as long as we're doing parody and we're not actually using any copyrighted names and or things, we're fine.
Oh yeah, you're not. I mean, that logo, I made it. That's not the Ghostbusters logo. That's my logo.
Right. Yeah.
I was the first
on
the street to make a couple years back.
So much content.
God, I wish I had two versions of me, one to draw and one to make videos. Because,
dude, the first biggest villain is Devin Peeg.
Who?
I think he means Paul Feig.
Oh, or not Kevin? Yeah, Paul.
I was like, Kevin
Paul
Feig. A villain? I like Kevin Feige.
Paul Feig. What would it be? It'd be Saul Peeg. Would be the first villain.
No, well, instead of calling him Zool, we'll call him Tool. Tuul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And he drinks lattes from avocados.
Let's show
Oh my God.
That's how we do things downtown. That's the fucking last part of the book. I'm fucking. That's my idea. Prehistoric cuck downtown. Boom. I wish I could stop another comic and make this, but I can't. Oh well.
I'll start working on on a storyline.
Let's see. We got Appalachian American Jeremy's back again, saying, deciding on starting a channel but don't know where to start. Would love advice or any help anyone could lend. I tell everyone about world-class bullshitters for pop culture talk. Also, Blade series, I guess, wasn't a thing. In terms of the Black Super.
Oh, get me started on that. I fucking love Blade. And the fact that they're doing this shit now, Black Panther pisses me off. I love Blade. They were great movies. They were fun. They were exciting. They're part of the Marvel universe as far as I know, and they just shit on it all over him because it's like, oh yeah, he's the anti-hero. He's this, he's that. It's like, so's Punisher. Punisher got his own show,
Don't get me started on Punisher. I'll talk about that in a little.
I know, but like the whole Blade thing pisses me off to no end, man. Like, because I'll mention that and I'll mention that Spawn to everybody. Like, oh, Spawn is a demon. It's like, yeah, but he's in a comic book. Yeah, it's not Marvel, but it's still a comic book.
And he's a black made.
Yeah, and once again, Blade is part of Marvel, and the fact that nobody's pulling that out and talking about that is it's dumb. It's really dumb.
It's all about the narrative of 2018 into 2019, and people were duped by this one. Like the wool wasn't pulled over their eyes for Star Wars. They saw through The Last Jedi and all that crap, but with Marvel and Black Panther, they definitely bought in.
Well, one other thing that they did that was really intelligent is that they put the movie in February and didn't say anything about it. They just said, oh yeah, Black Panther's coming out in February. They didn't be like, oh, Black History Month, this, that, and the other. They just said, coming out in February. Nothing else was said about it. That's the best thing they did. They didn't make a big thing about it. They're like, oh yeah, coming out. Here's a date.
Yeah, Marvel was slick. See, Warner Brothers was slick with Wonder Woman, but the movie didn't have as much preachiness, if any. Black Panther had it, especially with Michael B. Jordan's character and how not Wakanda, fucking T'Challa comes to America at the end and stuff. I was just kind of like, I know what they're trying to get at, and
and even that final line at the end, when bury me in the ocean with my ancestors that jumped from ships, because they prefer death to slavery, and it's like, bitch, you murdered people of your own people. What the fuck are you talking about? And that's that disingenuous bullshit that I'm talking about. Overall he was a good villain. He's a good villain. But there's those over the top lines. It's just like, fuck,
he wasn't top 10 Marvel villains in my opinion.
Nope.
No.
I mean, just MCU alone, I'd put Claw above him because Claw was fun.
Yes, Claw was awesome. Claw was fucking awesome. I think Zemo was leagues above him.
Oh yeah, Zemo was, I think, the most underrated Marvel villain because people love to throw Civil War as, it's just Avengers 2.5 and blah blah blah. But there was a lot going on in that movie that people don't want to see, but they choose to pick out parts of Black Panther that may not even be there.
Right, and it's like, if you love Black Panther so much, you would have seen Civil War. And you can't tell me that, I like his relationship with his mom and his sister, and he goes and he sees his dad. Bitch, his dad dies in Civil War.
Yeah.
You didn't watch that and say, oh, that was a very emotional, intense part of the film, particularly how he wanted to kill fucking Bucky because he thought he murdered his dad. At the end of the film, his character development was so good. He goes, you know what? I'm not going to let hate overtake my life, blah, blah, blah. That's an awesome scene. But those same people didn't watch Civil War.
Yeah, I love that line too. The living is not yet done with you or whatever.
Yeah. And it's like, I
was like, that's cool.
That's fucking dope. That was dope. And then it's like, oh, well, the fucking story of Black Panther is great. Bitch, tell me one thing that Black Panther did in Civil War. I'll wait. You can fucking take your time. They wouldn't be able to tell you anything because they didn't fucking watch it. So don't tell me that you love the character, but you didn't catch up as to what happened. That literally was the precursor to the fucking film that you think is worth an Oscar.
I will say this, though. I do think it's sad when people have to like enjoy a superhero because of the skin color. Like, there's no superheroes that represent my skin color, but I like tons of superheroes from all over. I think it's kind of small-minded that you're like, well, my kid's black and he's going to like Black Panther. It's like, what if your kid likes Batman? Batman's a rich white dude. Why can't, we just get over that shit? That was my biggest problem overall with Black Panther. And I'm glad it's over with to a degree. I just hope this Oscar thing blows by quickly because I don't think a lot of people are going to watch the Oscars this year. Do you?
Fuck,
Probably
no,
not.
it's gonna keep dropping. It's gonna keep dropping. Even though they changed, the time period. It's like, no one wants to watch rich actors fucking jerk each other off.
I may do a live stream, honestly. We may do a live stream of the Oscars so we can
That would make me watch because that'd be fun. Something that the Oscars fucking aren't.
Do you want to do it? We'll do it like a drinking game type of thing where it's like every time some actor
down. That'd be fun, man.
It's like let's take a shot or this or that.
That'd be fun as hell.
My God.
When
is the Oscars?
Let's see. Okay, Google.
Don't you tempt me with a good time.
Let's see.
Here you go.
Sunday, February 24th.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So we got about exactly 1 month from today.
I know for a fact I'll be off that day.
Well, there we go. I think, folks, be prepared. We're gonna live stream the fucking Oscars. I might even get on camera every time an actor says something stupid. You can watch me drink. Okay, where were we at? Let's see. Oh, Appalachian American Jeremy had a question though about starting a channel. Well, my thing is find something you're good at talking about and passionate about, and put out content regularly. Don't put out a video, expect 1 million views, and then be like, well, I didn't get a lot of views on this video. Just keep pumping out the next one and the next one and the next one. And,
and another one.
Yeah. And another one for your mother. Buy it, whatever, house. No, but just keep working at it. That's really the thing. And make connections, talk to the Rookie Critic and Black Angus Reviews and Jeff the Iron Wolf and those guys. They're starting to build up their channels, and Doomcock and all those guys are always, interested in crossing the streams, as our friend Sketch Therapy would say. So my best advice is constantly do it and make good connections and put out stuff that people want to hear. And it might take a while. Go back and listen to our old shit. It doesn't sound good. Now we got a big audience, and it just keeps growing. So it'll take time, but you can make it happen, man. Enclave Soldier says, if Black Panther got Best Picture nomination, then why do the Black Panther toys and merchandise rot at Family Dollar? Wakanda didn't last forever. I didn't buy anything from the Black Panther movie, but I did buy one from Civil War. So I do like Black Panther's costume. I didn't like the new one. Did you? With the purple?
That whole purple in throughout with the kinetic energy or whatever the fuck. The Civil Wars was a lot better, I thought, but I wasn't a huge fan of all the fucking purple. And then they brought it back in fucking Infinity War. I was just like, I'm not a huge fan of. We get it. Purple's like part of the color, shit. And is it supposed to be Black Panther? Fuck.
Yeah, it looked right first time out, but then again, it's the Russo brothers directing, so that's why Black Panther was actually pretty fucking cool.
Exactly.
Raincoat Liquor says, Jeff, what's your P.O. box? Nerdrotic mentioned the movie Brazil on the High Council. It's my favorite movie. I've been meaning to buy it on Blu-ray. I'll send you the DVD if no one else has. Well, Raincoat Liquor, thank you. I'd love to watch it, and I definitely will if you send it. Our P.O. box is 5069. P.O. Box 5069, Cincinnati, Ohio, 45205. I just went to the P.O. box 2 days ago. I got a giant box that's a Red Dead Redemption store display. That's used as the box, so that's kind of fun. And then I got another one and a postcard for our buddy Liquor Jim. So there's all kinds of stuff. As soon as we get, enough stuff, I'll do one in February. Another Tales from the P.O. box.
What movie was it again?
Brazil. Terry Gilliam's Brazil.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to check that out. There's a website I used to go to that would talk about alternate movie endings, and then the alternate ending for Brazil sounds pretty bizarre. So I'm like, I want to just see this movie overall. I mean, I like 12 Monkeys enough, so I'm pretty sure I'll like Brazil.
12 Monkeys is pretty good.
Dante Reeves, thank you very much. T'Challa is more like Trump with the walls than SJW. I don't get why people think that. He did want to keep Wakanda isolated.
He was the one that wanted to open it up. But like the rest of them they were definitely all Trump-esque.
Don't you love last year, too, when everyone wanted to use that phrase colonizer? I'm like, just say what you want to fucking say and don't try to hide behind a quote from a movie.
Yeah, I fucking hate when people do that shit.
Yeah, it was...
They thought they were smart and being witty, and it came off as dumb.
Yeah, just pull the Fred Sanford method and call him a honky. It's okay.
Yeah, it's what I do every time.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Doesn't bother us.
Yep.
Ghost Legend 001 says, y'all think Black Panther getting nominated is dumb as hell? Just wait till they try to nominate Captain Marvel next year.
Jeez.
If
Yeah,
that
we're gonna
happens,
try.
I don't know. We'll drink ourselves into a coma, Dion. Make me
It
that
better
promise.
fucking listen. Captain Marvel better be motherfucking blowing my socks, my drawers, and my fucking future off if it's gonna be nominated for a goddamn Oscar. And I agree with it because I can tell you already, Brie Larson sure as shit ain't doing nothing but proving me why she shouldn't even be in the same sentence as Oscar, let alone winning one.
And I ain't letting you guys drink yourselves into a coma without me.
An Oscar award-winning actress.
There you
already.
go.
Ugh, don't remind me.
Yeah, she won for Room, so people are like, "Well, that makes her a great choice for a superhero." I don't know, man.
Like, yeah, like,
I don't think Chris Hemsworth has won an Oscar, and he's a damn good Thor. Has Hugh Jackman won an Oscar?
Nope.
I thought he has.
Well, if he's
For
won,
something
one,
else.
he deserves it. But
I think he's been nominated, but I don't think he's won.
I don't think he's been nominated.
Why the fuck didn't Logan win an Oscar? That was a much better movie.
Oh no, 100%.
Yep.
That fucking movie was really, really good.
That showed kids getting punched in the face.
Because that's what Oscar beat you.
Well, no, it's realistic. It's realistic, right? So if a kid gets into a fight with trained adults, they get fucking slapped around. As much as I hate kids in movies, X-23 was fucking cool in that movie. And she was a fucking annoying ass little kid that couldn't speak English. That's cool. That's fucking cool. Black Panther didn't have any of that. It had cheesy lines and bullshit. And fucking Logan that movie was dark as shit.
Yeah, great.
They didn't even have that many black people in it.
Yeah, he got nominated for Les Miserables 2013 for best performance by an actor in a leading role. He got nominated, he didn't win.
Well, he's a great actor overall, so good job.
He is.
No, 100%.
He likes to sing.
Yeah.
Hey, let him sing his songs, man. Just come back as Wolverine every couple of years and go sing movies with Nicole Kidman about Australia.
Yeah.
I just love how this channel refuses to buy his bullshit that he's done with Wolverine. We're just like, no, you're not. Stop honey dicking us. You love it. We love you in it. Just accept it, Hugh. We love you.
If you take Robert Downey Jr. off the table, is there a better? I don't even think you don't have to take Robert Downey Jr. off. Is there a better representation of a superhero than Hugh Jackman's Wolverine? I mean,
wasn't there a rumor going around that Keanu Reeves was going to do it or something like that? He was looking into doing it or whatever.
Yeah, that was a rumor. Yeah.
Look at Keanu. We love you. You seem like a great dude. So happy that you're you're not a piece of trash, but you're not Wolverine.
Yeah, you're not ever. Well, Hugh Jackman could be 80 and we would still fucking want him to play Wolverine.
Yeah, just put him in the future in space. I'm so old.
He's the Wolverine.
No, but Hugh Jackman, if you want to do Wolverine the musical, go. You do that, sir. You do that.
Oh, I want that. Well, the one thing they did do is they put Wolverine in the future, so they bought it some time. And secondly, with this alternate universe shit, I mean, Hugh Jackman's in fantastic shape. You could get another decade of Wolverine out of him.
Maybe more if you really try.
He'll be like Harrison Ford. He just won't age.
Yeah, there's always there's always toothpaste at the bottom of the tube, man. It's always there. It's always there.
I'm gonna start using that phrase.
That's that island wisdom right there, son.
True.
I'm just saying. He can do it. He can do it until he can't.
It's not the most conventional of ways, but it works.
Yeah, you just got to keep poking him with a stick and throwing money at him. It's fun.
Michael McLaughlin says it ain't gonna win. I think Vice, Bohemian Rhapsody, Green Book, Black Klansman, and Roma are big favorites. Woke contingent can suck it.
We will see. We will see.
I'm gonna win either.
Yeah.
Dante Reeves also says Whack Panther was average at best.
Whack Panther.
I would wear a Whack Panther t-shirt. Would you, Dion?
Fuck yeah, I would. No questions asked.
And nobody could give a shit about it. Nobody could give you shit about it ever.
Nope.
Now, our friend Dante brought up Whack. Can we talk about what I thought was Whack this week? Something that's going to be surprising to a lot of people. The thing I thought that was Whack this week was the fucking Punisher season 2.
Really?
Yeah, you never have seen Marvel drop the ball. It's like Defenders level bad.
Damn.
Oh shit!
Yeah, and I don't want to say it either because I really, really like John Bernthal and I liked what they did with the first one. But to me, how do I want to phrase this? Punisher season 2 is like Star Wars: The Force Awakens to A New Hope. And I'm not trying to use the parallel to make you laugh, but it's essentially the same story, but done worse. So if you watch Punisher season 1, it's Madani is still fucking unlikable. His friend Curtis, his old vet buddy, is still like a victim of Frank's bullshit. You still got that weird relationship with Karen Page. They put a teenage girl with Frank, so he's basically like a surrogate.
Right? Yeah, I saw that bit. Yeah, the one that he saves in the bar.
Yeah, Jigsaw ain't shit. He's got amnesia for most of it, or some kind of neurological disorder. He sleeps with his doctor. Now the doctor and Madani are going on about it. It's so dumb. And they go back to New York, like I said on the High Council when I wasn't all the way through the show. The show starts out in Detroit. He hooks up with this woman at a bar. It's kind of cool. She's got a kid and all this stuff. Then the girl, the main teenage girl, gets like kidnapped or attacked at the bar. He protects her, and then he goes off to Ohio and to New York and all this shit. It's just boring. Like, I was really severely disappointed. And I get to the final episode, and I'm like 30 minutes in, and I'm going, oh, this is the last episode. This show was fucking unmemorable. Like, if you put it like this, if you guys have watched Punisher season 1, don't watch Punisher season 2. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I love the Punisher. I got the John Bernthal figure. I got regular Punisher stuff all the time. I'm into the character. Love the Tom Jane movie. Dolph Lundgren one's still kind of fun. Seriously, and I'm disappointed to tell you guys, because you know how much I liked Daredevil season 3.
Yeah.
And
you loved it, man.
Season 2 and all these other shows. But man, Punisher, same old shit. They get this like religious zealot guy who's not even like an attack on those who believe in, a lot of stuff. It's not even that kind of thing. He's just a really dumb character who has a dumb resolution. I hope this one gets canceled.
Damn.
Seriously, I'm not. It's that's not build up for the show. Disappointing.
Jeez.
Scorching hot take.
Yeah. Sorry, I wasn't gonna make a video on it because I really don't feel like spending 8 hours to talk about a Punisher show that I fucking didn't like. Plus, no one's gonna watch it. But the podcast was the perfect place for it. So if you enjoyed the Punisher season 2, awesome. I'm glad you did. I'm glad someone out there enjoyed it. I just personally was disappointed. And the fucked up part too is, Jan, I worked my way through it so quickly. I'm like, all right, any moment I get free, I was like, I gotta watch Punisher. I gotta get through this for the show. And you would think, like all the other ones, I couldn't watch Daredevil enough. I was like, I can't stop.
Right.
This.
Fuck, man.
Yeah. And I don't know, man. I'm hoping the Punisher gets moved back up to the big screen. We see the Punisher do some crazy shit. Like, the violence is there. The action scenes are there. Like, I can't knock those. If you enjoyed those from the first season, they are there, but very, very few and far between. And there's maybe one epic scene, and that's about it. So
drop the ball, Netflix. Drop the ball, per the usual.
Yeah, so Netflix upped their price. They dropped the quality of their shows, and
well, it's funny you say that because Hulu. I got an email from Hulu that said they knocked $2 off their price.
Huh. Oh, I'm gonna start saving money on Hulu now.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like
because I got an email saying, "Hey, we knocked $2 off your price. Enjoy." I'm like, "Oh, thank you so much."
Well, I use Hulu almost daily, so I feel like that's a good value.
Yeah, me too. Like Netflix is it's too much to wade through, and they're always putting their content up front. It's like, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, what I'm watching on Netflix right now is fucking Star Trek. That's it. Like, I'm watching that while I do the comic book. I put on, 4 episodes of Star Trek, take a break, and then do another 4 or 5.
Yeah.
And that show's awesome. It's hokey and old, but it's fun.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, when it's that old and they've got like boards of just lights that don't do shit, it's amazing,
dude.
It's amazing.
Uhura's control panel is like glued on plastic gems, and she just sits and touches them. And she's like, "Captain, I'm getting a signal from Delta Gamma 5." And it's like, "Are you really?"
and she has that wonderful earpiece that sticks out so far. It's like, what is that for? What are you using that for?
Staple of the series, baby. That big ass silver honeycomb in your ear.
I love no. Like I do love that show. It is like, especially watching it now, it's extremely hokey and a lot of fun. I'm sure back then they took it seriously and thought that was the future, which is fun as well. But like, it's just so much fun.
I do have to say, a lot of the women on that show were really hot. Like,
it was the 60s, man. They were. Yeah, they were in it.
Yeah, it's funny. They talk about, the Star Trek, how diverse it is. Like, everybody was really good looking on that show.
And they were all fucking. They were all fucking.
Oh, yeah. It was the
Wouldn't
60s.
you?
I of course.
If you're on Star Trek, barely making any money, but you can do what you want to do behind the scenes, why wouldn't you?
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm sure that's every CW show as well too. Like all those supposed teenage kids, they're all fucking.
Yeah, well, with social media and stuff the way it is now, I'm sure it's like, a leak away before your theory's confirmed. But
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. The leak from Riverdale will come out any time now. It'll just be a whole slew, a whole Dropbox of just like
you already know
videos.
it's the truth of wrestling.
yeah. Thank you, Paige.
Yeah.
Yes, Paige. Thank you.
Let's see. Beth says, this is the first, a super chat directed at another listener. So it says, Dante Reeves, the whole point is to mock Trump as an idiot because he wants a wall to keep Wakanda closed. The theme is SJW, and that was Basil to Dante Reeves.
Thanks for
We've never seen that before, honestly.
No, we never have.
You're breaking new grounds there, son.
Oh, Basil.
Broke new ground.
Better than woke new grounds.
That's right.
Oh, I don't like him.
Colton Bach says, first Miami Vice, now Adam 12 and Dragnet are leaving Hulu. 3 shows that have been on the platform for years. What changed? Probably licensing. And I'm genuinely pissed about Miami Vice because, yes, I got them on Blu-ray, but, I like to go Hulu on my phone and just, click on it and be like, hey, I can watch, any
I think what might be happening is they might be pulling those off because they're going to remake them. That might be a thing as well. They do that sometimes with those shows, and they want to remake them or whatever. They'll pull them off, and then they'll sell them later. They'll double dip them, or they won't put them on Blu-ray or something, and they'll start the new show or a movie about it, sometime.
Yeah, well, how's the Hawaii Five-0 fucking show doing? Or not Hawaii Five-0, Magnum PI. How's that remake fucking working?
Is it canceled yet?
I literally have heard nothing about that goddamn show. I'm not even joking. I haven't heard shit about it since it fucking premiered.
You know what show is a guilty pleasure, and I don't think it's a great show, but I will watch it if it's on, is fucking Lethal Weapon. I don't know why. I don't hate that show. I can't hate it. It's just okay.
Well, I mean, like, what
now it's got Sean William Scott, so it's actually pretty good.
I really liked the other guy. I hate to say it. I really liked him.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, he was really good, but he was apparently crazy on set or something. So who knows?
Talk about fucking up your big break.
Yeah.
Well,
damn.
Maybe he'll come back in the World Class Bullshitters movie.
Well, when Damon Wayans fucking gives up being Murtaugh, I'm gonna send my headshots in, and I'm gonna try and become.
Oh yeah. This is last season, man. This is last season. So.
You're too young for this shit. The jokes write themselves, folks.
Yes, they do.
They do.
It looks like Magnum PI just started last year, and it's going to go into this year. They've ordered another season, so
if it doesn't, we're going to celebrate Dion.
Goddamn right,
we're going to watch every Tom Selleck movie in order.
Oh my god!
Yes, I can't wait for Quigley Down Under.
What was that series he did? Jess Stone or something like that?
Jesse Stone. Yep.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Everyone's middle-aged mom loves that fucking series.
I just remember going to Kroger, and it's like, oh my God, listen to this, Dion. For $36 on eBay, you can get the complete Jesse Stone 9-movie collection.
Oh my
God. There are 9 movies?
Yeah, dude. Let's see what they are. So
what happened to Tom Selleck? Like, he's only doing good in the 80s, and all of a sudden,
he missed out on Indiana
Jones older.
mentally.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember hearing about that. Yeah.
So there are 9 Jesse. Well, there's more. 18 Jesse Stone. Goddamn, listen to this. CBS and later the Hallmark Channel adapted the novels as a series of movie special starring Tom Selleck in the title role. The first aired in 2005, and the most recent was 2015. So about 1 year, huh? Good for. Here we go. Listen to the names. There's Stone Cold, Jesse Stone, Night Passage, Jesse Stone, Death in Paradise, Jesse Stone, Sea Change, Jesse Stone, Nice. I'm going to stop reading Jesse Stone now. No Remorse, Innocence Lost, Benefit of the Doubt, and finally, Lost in Paradise. And there was, an untitled Jesse Stone project to be announced in 2018.
These all sound like badly made porn movies.
They're just badly made movies, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, Tom Selleck.
Have more value.
At least he's got blue bloods.
Yeah, he could use some Blue Chew too if he gets too old.
Hey,
hey, they're not sponsoring us.
Well, apparently Blue Bloods has been on since 2010. Wow, I'm impressed.
Yeah, dude.
That's good.
Our man Tom Selleck and the other Wahlberg got themselves a nice job.
Yep.
Donnie, right?
Yep.
I want to say Donnie.
Yep, with his crazy ass wife, Jane McCarthy.
Well, somebody's got to have Jim Carrey's leftovers.
It might as well be the less liked Wahlberg.
Hey, he was a new kid on the block. Good for him.
That's right.
Oh, man.
Now he's an old man with a cock.
That needs Blue Chew. Let's see. Sarah J. Longstroke says, what if Lucasfilm deliberately sabotaged the Star Wars franchise so the Marvel comic universe could take the spotlight? It kind of seems like it, though.
They want to make less money? That doesn't make sense.
Quick. Our plan
tinfoil
this year, make less money.
Because they're making money at Lucasfilm, they're making money in Marvel. The thing they're not making money at is when they do their own shit, like A Wrinkle in Time or Tomorrowland or something like that. That's the shit they keep failing on.
Dude, Tomorrowland was terrible. I saw that in theaters.
I never watched it, but I assume it's bad.
I remember seeing the Super Bowl ad for it, and I saw George Clooney running a bunch with some little girl, and I was like, this looks fucking terrible.
Yeah, I don't think that they would do that because both of those franchises were licenses to print money.
Yeah,
right.
Definitely.
Were.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
As I said, that's the key word. Look at the adjective, were.
What? Oh my God, this weekend. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
No, but Dion, I'll never forget going to see Tomorrowland, and that is the last time I ever listened to Chris Stuckman, like the YouTube reviewer.
Yeah,
because
that fucking guy.
I used to watch his show regularly, and then I watched Screen Junkies, and he goes, "I got to see Tomorrowland," and people are like, "Well, blah blah blah." He goes, "It's Brad Bird, it's Brad Bird, it's Brad Bird," and that was his excuse, and I was like, "Okay, it's Brad Bird."
Doesn't. Oh God, that like using somebody as like who wrote it. Oh, this writer wrote this. As an excuse for it being good doesn't make any sense. It's kind of like saying Black Panther, oh, look, it has black in the title. I need to go watch it. It's going to be good. That doesn't mean anything. If it's good, it's good. If it's not, it's not. Get over it.
You know what's funny about Black Panther? The director didn't get a nomination.
Nope.
It's funny. It looks like the Oscar would go to Kevin Feige because if you look it up officially, it just says Kevin Feige producer. So,
oh, wow.
Yep.
That's funny.
Black Panther is nominated for Best Picture, Original Music Score, Costume Design, Sound Mixing, Production Design, and Sound Editing.
Okay.
And if you somehow think that all of those fucking categories are better than what were Infinity War, you're fucking high.
Yeah.
Yeah, that music for Thanos was epic. It was
great.
You know what it reminded me of was Darth Vader's theme in the first Star Wars, not the Imperial March.
Right.
How Darth Vader had that dun 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 theme, and it would play that horn, or I guess John Williams called it bellicose music. It reminded me of that. It was just powerful. I liked it a lot. By the way, I've watched Infinity War twice since we've last spoken.
Nice.
I also watched it twice, to be honest with you.
It feels weird. I feel like I'm a kid again, not because like, oh, superheroes, but when I was a kid, I used to watch like movies over and over, and I find myself when I'm not doing something that needs full attention, I was like, well, Infinity War is on Netflix. I'm just gonna put that on, and then it's like I got the Blu-ray of Infinity War. Shit, I can put that on anytime I want. So that's gonna be my most watched MCU flick soon.
It's my new favorite, bar none, and especially with you're talking about sound mixing and costume design. It's like they had fucking motherfuckers from other worlds in Infinity War. There's no way you can tell me that because a couple people wear a dashiki, Oscar. No, bitch, no, negative.
Where's Coming to America, Oscar?
Yeah, thank you.
Coming to America is the same fucking movie but better and funnier.
Oh yeah. Well, don't worry. The part 2 that comes out in like 2 years is going to win an Oscar. It's fine.
I hope it
Jesus
suck. That's all I can ask for.
As long as the dashiki's pregnant, that's all that matters.
Shut up. No, but to answer Sire J. Longstroke's question directly from my point of view, I don't think that they've sabotaged Star Wars. I think they tried with Star Wars. They understand that it didn't work. So they're going back to the drawing board and they're pushing forward with what works for Marvel. And I think they're learning a bit. Remember, there's all these Captain Marvel reshoots. Like, the thing is, we may talk about Captain Marvel and make fun of it and be real hesitant about some of the stuff that's coming out, but none of us want that. We all, like, I know Nick's kind of tired of it, but Dion and I would love another 10 years of awesome Marvel movies.
Yes.
When in our opinion, when your worst movie is like Spider-Man Homecoming, and it's not a bad movie, just, of those, it's not that great. If that's your low point, at least according to this podcast, well then fuck, everything else you're doing is pretty damn good. Like, if we can maintain this level of quality for 10 years, I'm gonna go see these movies and I'm gonna have fun. I just think they've learned, like, you can't put identity politics in your movie marketing and get away with it. And no matter who the president is, no matter what the political climate is, people aren't going to be accepting of this. It's just not good entertainment. That's where it falls.
Right. And again, people pick up on that bullshit. People always, this hindsight changing of the narrative where, oh, well, The Dark Knight didn't deserve it. And, Blade doesn't count because of this, that, and the other. In another 10 years, you're going to look back and say, oh, whoever said that was a fucking idiot. You can't say that, oh, The Dark Knight didn't deserve it when Heath Ledger won a fucking Oscar for it. Now, whether it was based on the circumstances of his life ending, that's a separate conversation. But Heath Ledger won an Oscar for that. So you're saying that he deserved it, but the movie doesn't deserve Best Picture Oscar? Get the fuck out of here. When you're saying, oh, well, Blade doesn't count, but again, it was 1998, and the first Blade, Wesley Snipes, fucking took the world by storm in 98. People love that fucking movie.
Are you telling me that Anakin has a seat on the council but does not reach the rank of master? The fuck are you talking about?
It's unfair.
There's your Star
Too soon.
Have you seen that? Have you seen that meme, the '90s baby meme, where it's Samuel Jackson? I love that one. 89 to 98, and then Anakin's 98 to 99. We do not recognize you as 90s baby. It's not fair.
Dude, I can't wait for 90s nostalgia to roll back so we can tell these people what actually sucked.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my god.
What was crappy from the 90s that was really popular? Oh man, I'm like
those shirts that change color in the sun.
Oh, ew. Man, you did pick the crappiest thing from
I did.
Yeah, damn.
I was just trying to think of some food product, like Fruit by the Foot and Fruit Roll-Ups were awesome. I can't.
They were dope.
Like I still have to stop myself from buying a whole box of Gushers at Kroger's.
Yes, Kool-Aid Squeezes were the fucking shit.
Oh my god,
they were pure sugar.
What was the other one that was a squeeze thing? That wasn't
Jell-O's,
Mondo,
or Mondo.
Mondo, and then there was like what?
Those were fucking awesome.
There was like Orbits or whatever, the drink that had the little pieces of.
Yeah, I remember those.
Oh god,
Utopia.
But in terms of things that were shitty, people are now, nostalgia's kind of, oh, Blockbuster is gone. We're so sad. People would fucking make fun of Blockbuster because you would get charged if you didn't rewind the fucking movie. And then obviously late fees were a fucking huge thing back then. So people now are saying that Blockbuster, they miss Blockbuster. Bitch, no, you don't, because there's a reason that everyone let them die a very long and painful death, because the fucking Jim and Blockbuster fuck me with late fees. Fuck you, Jim.
Yeah. Nothing like going to Blockbuster to get a movie and it's not fucking there. You pull back the box, like, oh, I'm gonna get. Oh, damn it, they're out. They're out of.
Yeah. It was always a mad dash, like Friday night, like. To get off work or to get out of school, get off work, go there and try to get the movie you want.
Yeah,
and even if you did, maybe like 2 or 3 came out that you wanted to watch, you may get one if you're lucky and quick enough.
And it was always 5 o'clock when everyone was running a fucking Blockbuster.
Yeah,
that's when your mom or dad got out of fucking work. Like, did you pick up, so and so? Sorry, so they weren't there. We'll get them next weekend. Fuck,
Yeah,
bullshit.
because and then every now and again you'd have that movie that would be out for the entire week. You could never get it like on Saturday or Sunday or Monday. Like it would be out the entire week. Couldn't fucking get it. Couldn't go get it.
Yep.
Oh, some asshole has it, or like the only one copy of the movie you wanted, and some asshole has it for like 2 weeks.
Yep.
They
never called him, but they called you if you didn't bring it back in fucking 3 days over. They never called Jerry, but they called your ass.
Oh yeah. Every time.
So
I Yeah, I grew up where a lot of them were independent. I never went to a Blockbuster. Honestly, a lot of the ones I went to were just mom and pop ones.
We had
there's always have that back section that said adults only.
Yep.
You're not allowed to look
Family
in there.
Video was our local place, and it was. They had the covers on the goddamn videos and shit. Like, oh well, this is the adult section only. Hey, are you? You can't go back there. Fuck you! I want to see some titties.
That's right.
We went to Kroger to rent movies.
Yeah. Oh, God,
I forgot Kroger did that. God damn.
Yeah, Kroger did it, and Walmart did it too. I think for a little bit. Walmart had what was it? Blood Video.
We didn't have
something like that
here until the late '90s where I live. So
yeah,
97 is when we got our local Walmart.
God, yeah, the one near my house was Glades Video. It was there till 2014. Then he moved to another place until 2016. Then he shut down.
Hey, where's it?
We have Family Video, and then the local not Walmart, the local market rented fucking VHSs, and we rented Steel one time, and I was like, I like this movie, but it's fucking terrible.
Now that is a bad black superhero film.
Yep, nobody talks about Shaquille O'Neal.
Well, shouldn't.
Never had a problem with 3 throws. Fuck you, Steel. Shut up.
It is truly a fictional superhero movie.
God.
Yeah, dude, I just remember watching that as a kid. And I'm like, I don't like this, Mom. And she's like, it's okay. We'll take it back.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yep.
Dude, I remember.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I remember trying to, me and my friends would come over to my house and watch movies. And I remember trying to get Faces of Death like in the bottom of the stack where my mom wouldn't see it. She's like, this way you can just rent the movies, and she'd take them home, you take them in the bag and get in the car. Wouldn't know anything. She saw it, and she's like, what is this? I was like, oh, it's a new horror movie. Didn't ask any questions. Went home.
Damn.
Watched it with my friend. Got a little bit traumatized. But
Nick is into snuff films.
My son's a little fucked up little boy.
No, I'd heard it from friends, and I was like, "Oh yeah, this people die." And she was like, "No way, they're not gonna make a tape of this." I remember watching. I was like, "This is fucked up. I'm never watching this again." I only partially watched the first one.
The sequel.
Yeah, and the other one, and the other one.
9 of them.
There are 4 of them. There are 4 of them, and you can buy them on Blu-ray right now for like $50.
Wait, they have
Nick, honey, how come every time you watch these movies, there are a bunch of crusty socks in the laundry?
Nick,
I don't know, Mom.
Snuff film connoisseur.
It's crazy, Mama.
I should
my feet just sweat more.
I get all nervous when we're turned on.
And then
we need a Nick Utam t-shirt for snuff film.
Wait, yes, you do.
You said Red Baron pizza was good.
It was that small window before Red Baron turned the shit.
I think it's still all right. If I'm gonna eat a frozen pizza, Red Baron's not at the bottom of my list. Fucking Jack's Pizza, that Kraft pizza shit, that's terrible.
Yes, that was terrible back then too. That was fucking bullshit.
I don't know how they put a sign that goes real cheese. It's like, well, what uses fake cheese? Because then it's not.
Give me a list of the other dudes that use fake cheese, because clearly this is a thing in your industry. I need to be aware of it.
That's what we should do at Horror Hound when we're gonna rent an Airbnb. We'll go get crappy pizza and rent some really shitty movies on TV.
Yes. Oh, and then Domino's was terrible in the 90s.
Oh no, it was. Oh, it sucked. Oh no. Shitty. Oh my God, Pizza Hut was better. Pizza Hut was the shit. Remember, Pizza was the top tier of everything.
Pizza Hut was the king of the mountain. And then they came out with the calzones in 98. That fucking changed the game, man.
The zone. I love those things. Those were amazing.
Oh my God, dude.
God damn.
The thing I missed was the Bigfoot pizza. It was that 3 foot long pizza.
Holy shit.
Yes.
My mom brought it one day after work. I was like, oh. This is
and then stuffed crust came out in the 90s too, and that changed.
Dude, that was like the best invention in pizza. Come on now.
Do you remember
that shit was fucking crazy?
Do what now?
Yes.
Do you remember?
Eat the pizza backwards.
Yeah, that damn commercial shit.
No, it was Donald Trump. He was in the commercial.
Yeah, he was in one. Yeah,
he was in a tuxedo, and he's like, "I always eat my pizza backwards." I'm like, "Okay,
that's what it was." Yep.
It's the guy from Home Alone too. That's what he was.
I wish I could go back in time and put money down on him being president back in the 90s. People are like, he's so rich, he'll never do that. And then you get 2,000, to 1 odds.
People be like, the guy who tried to sell me steaks. Yep, that guy. Man, the fucking 90s.
Yeah, we're gonna do seriously once the '90s nostalgia comes back with Captain Marvel. People are like, yeah, do you remember this fucking song? It's like, yeah, they still play it on the radio.
Well, no, everybody's gonna be playing Ace of Base and like snapping their wrists with snap bracelets.
Oh god, that's not even good '90s music.
It's 90s
Ace of Base got made fun of in the fucking '90s. Anyone that tries to go back, like, oh, they were so great. People made fun of Ace of Base back then.
Yeah, Ace of Base sucked 25 years ago, and they still suck now.
Fuck you, Ace of Base.
Yeah.
I see a sign. Get the fuck out.
Yeah, here's your sign. Fuck off.
25 years ago was 1994, and I vividly remember 1994.
God, I do.
Dude,
I remember
don't remind me. 94, good old. That's kindergarten, son.
Yeah, I got someone got the Thunderzords for Christmas and the command center. So that's how you can tell you're talking to me. I remember my years by what toys I got. Oh, yeah, I got that Spider-Man figure from the first movie and a copy of James Bond Nightfire. That was my 2000.
Oh, God, let's see.
God, 94, man. Jesus.
I was in kindergarten in 1990.
God.
I was in kindergarten in 1988.
Hey, I was born in 1988.
So was my brother.
How's he doing?
Doing good.
How's your mother? She doing good?
Where are we at? We're getting, let's see. Dante Reeves says Vice, Bohemian Rhapsody, Green Book, Black Klansman were much better movies than Black Panther. Well, Dante, you've seen more movies than I have in the past.
Yeah, out of the Best Picture ones, I think I've seen 3. So
yeah, I've only seen 3 of them.
Halloween. Where's the Halloween Oscar nod for Jamie Lee Curtis?
Being a horror movie with a $10 million budget with a main character who's 50 years old and female, directed by some guy, where they're bringing back a franchise and it made this much money. Yeah, let's put all those things in there.
Hey Nick, what would you pay to see a remake of Jason Takes Manhattan?
Oh, I'd pay a good amount of money. But here's the thing. It actually has to start in Manhattan, not just end up there. It has to start there, and he has to be there the whole time.
But who? My question is, who plays the boxer that gets his head knocked in the garbage?
You,
Michael B. Jordan. Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, shit. I think I gotta go with Michael B. Jordan. That'd be funnier. That'd be way funnier.
Because he'd be a cocky asshole, and he'd have the whole movie Creed like to back him up and everything, and then Michael just like punches his fucking head off.
Give me your best shot.
Wham! Good shot.
I'd pay a good amount of money for that if somebody's like, yeah, we're gonna remake it and he's actually gonna be in New York. I'm like, all right, fine, all right,
Kelly,
I'll let it go.
Basil says SJW shit aside, Black Panther was like watching a screensaver.
It wasn't that bad, but it definitely wasn't much better than that because it's just like, we get it. It's okay movie, but it's not this worldwide phenomenon because Infinity War fucking made everyone forget about it. And anyone that tells you that they didn't forget about it, it's a fucking liar.
Well, it's funny because we always, in every other form of media, they always talk about the worldwide box office. But everybody, when it comes to Black Panther, wants to talk about domestic because it made more than Infinity War in America, which is fine. That's an achievement unto itself. But Infinity War made a good chunk of change more. But they always want to use that to further their narrative. Oh, it's so successful, it made more. I'm like, we quantify Star Wars by domestic or international, so we should do worldwide for every franchise. But that's just
right.
I believe in fairness, even playing field.
No, 100%. And yeah, and anybody who does that shit is retarded. I'm sorry.
Nice.
I want that on a T-shirt. Anybody who does that is retarded. Nick Utam.
No, because it's perpetuating your own argument, and it makes you look like a dumbass. It's like, oh, for Star Wars worldwide box office, $2 billion. Black Panther only domestic was this much, and it did better than Star Wars in domestic. It's like nobody. Your argument is mute. You're forgetting a whole portion of that money. What are you doing? Shut up.
Let's see. Dante Reeves says, if going by Black Panther logic, then Blade and Superman 78 should have won an Oscar. Yeah. Superman was awesome. I mean,
it was. And again, I hate using going back saying, well, if Black Panther won, and this should have won, this should have won, this should have won. You're starting to get into straw man territory. But again, it's still a good question to ask those same people. But it's like, oh, well, it deserves it. It deserves it. It deserves it. Based on what? No, everyone that's wording an article, and that's what pisses me off the most, won't say specifically why it deserves more. And even going back to the fucking domestic argument, it's like, okay, best picture of the year. So your argument is that since it made more money in the country that made it, it deserves a fucking Oscar for that? That's your argument? That's why.
Well,
that's the only reason why.
The one thing I will say, I know you were talking about the straw man thing, but in my opinion, one of the biggest missed opportunities on Oscar was Annie Hall beating Star Wars for Best Picture. Because I mean, if we talk about movies that changed everything, I mean, Star Wars changed everything. Even if you are like, well, I like Empire more, that's fine. But Empire wasn't the groundbreaking flick that the original film was.
Right. Empire is awesome, but it's not. Fucking Star Wars changed the fucking world. That's after the fact you realize that 20th Century Fox almost didn't want the shit to happen.
Yeah, they wanted The Other Side of Midnight more than Star Wars. It's, you know what, folks, if you ever want to hear that story, just go watch Empire of Dreams. It's here on YouTube. I strongly recommend it. Like, seriously, go watch that tomorrow night, because we're not doing anything tomorrow night or Saturday. Go watch that. You're going to probably get the best Star Wars experience you can get in 2019. No Gungans, no bullshit, just straight up original trilogy behind the scenes, very candid interviews with Lucas and everyone else involved. Harrison Ford shows up. They're all there. So it's the best ever produced. And it bothers me that it's not available in high definition on the Blu-ray set. You got to get it on the DVD or watch it on YouTube bootleg. So just go watch it, please. Let's see. Liquor Jim says, does this herald a blaxploitation renaissance?
Wait, no. Hold the fuck on. Blaxploitation renaissance because of Black Panther? No.
I would love, though, a real one, another Black Panther or another Black Dynamite and all kinds of shit.
No, even then the blaxploitation thing was different than the whole Black Panther thing now, because that's because correct me if I'm wrong, it happened because Black people were tired of seeing. It happened because of Shaft. Shaft came out, and then it started that whole thing.
Yep.
And it also because of Sweetback's Badass Song really kicked it off, because that was an independent movie done for like, I don't know, $60,000, and it made like 20 million or something. Beyond that. But no, that like blaxploitation is something completely different than this is. This is a superhero movie first.
Right. It's and that's that disingenuous bullshit. Now I will say, if it does somehow kick off another era of that, one, I think that'd be hilarious, because there are so many funny blaxploitation movies. Two, Nick is right. You know, Shaft again did talk about movies that changed the game. You know, Richard Roundtree, fucking Isaac Hayes doing the goddamn score. That was another thing that kicked off, because you had a fucking a influx of R&B artists writing scores for fucking movies. Specifically, a lot of them did blaxploitation movies, which was fucking crazy. And then two, that means that we get a lot more Black Dynamite-esque films. Now, again, as we said this on this channel when Black Panther came out, if you say that, or if you say it's a great thing, and this is all those people that aren't, you know, fans of the channel that happen to watch this, you have to go and see them. If you're going to go on about how, if that were to happen, you know, a bizarre universe, blaxploitation is back, and the influx of Black movie makers and blah 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 blah, go and fucking see them, because you saying that is just as disingenuous as fucking all these assholes making Black Panther out to be something that it's not. You can say it's a great thing, but if you don't spend your money and support them, it means jack shit.
Yeah, and also, if I'm mistaken, I think a lot of the blaxploitation movies were directed by white directors.
A lot of them were. I mean, yeah, a lot of them were, and then every once in a while, there were a couple of them. They would have, you know, depending on which film it was, but yeah, a lot of them were directed by white dudes. A lot of them were made from white studios. You know, so that's not something that you can make.
I think there's actually a documentary about Larry Cohen, who done a lot of them. There's a documentary about him on Hulu now, I think. You can go watch. So
Yep.
They're a lot of fun, and they gave us Pam Grier.
I watched two Pam Grier and Sid Haig movies back to back last night. They were just paid to basically fuck on camera. That's basically what they were paid to do.
Dude, I feel sorry for Pam Grier, because Sid Haig has always been gross, no matter what.
He's always been gross. Oh, dude, I think I watched like what is it? Big Bird Cage, and then
I know
like
that movie.
yeah, Big Bird Cage was another one. I don't know, Dollhouse. I think it was it's called like the Big Dollhouse or something like that. I think that was the other one. And they were wonderful films. They're women in present films from the 70s. They are great movies. They're ridiculous as hell. They are so much fun. Oh my god.
See,
love them.
There's the problem right there, Nick, with modern day to classic stuff. Like you said, a lot of fun. We had women in these roles, people of different colors in these roles, but they were fun. Nowadays, everything's so stern and serious and boring. Like even John Wick, it's serious, but there are moments of levity. I mean, I think the people that want to make these progressive in quotation mark movies, they miss out on the point that they have to be entertaining in the first place. That's the number one. That's the number one goal when you make a movie, to entertain folks, not send a message through a boring piece of trash. And then
I mean, and even watching those movies last night, I mean, like they were fun. I think they knew what they were doing. They're not trying to like evoke a message or something like that. It's just like they wanted to see titties, and that's what they did. They made a movie about women in prison, and there are several scenes where they're taking showers or they're ripping each other's clothes off. It just happened. These women are fully aware of what's going on. They know what's going down. They haven't. It's not like they were told on set that day. It's like, no, this is happening. This is what we're hiring for. And they would literally take all these people and these women, these actors, to like what, Vietnam or Indonesia or whatever, and film a movie there for like a month in the jungle. And then come back and like edit it together. It's a whole thing. It happened in the 70s with like Roger Corman and those guys. It's insane because like the film rights there were like, it was nothing. It was peanuts. It's ridiculous.
It's smart business for some.
No, it did, and that's why they did it. They'd pay for the plane tickets or whatever, and they would drag everybody out there, and they'd hire local crew because they were cheap, and that's what they would do.
Magical time.
Star Wars. When you say 70s films, I think of blaxploitation and kung fu flicks.
Yeah, and once like I swear to God, the 70s, the 60s and 70s were like the best time for movies. I mean, like I do love the 80s because of like the very iconic movies, but the fun stuff happened in the 60s and 70s. You had kung fu movies, black movies, you had all this stuff, and every now and again you had black kung fu movies, which were even more fun. Oh my god,
what was the one with Kelly?
Huh?
What was the one with the black? What was the? There was a kung fu movie about
Jim Kelly. I think
was Jim Kelly. Well, that was Return of the Dragon was the younger dude. Jim Kelly was it was I think it was just Black Dragon or something. I have to look it up, but yeah, that one was nuts. And then what was the other one? No, I'm thinking of the Fred Williamson movie, the Black Position. Fred Williamson movie.
Death Dimension.
Then maybe I am thinking of Black Samurai, or that's probably what I'm thinking of.
This apparently one called Hot Potato. This one called Hot Potato.
Hot Potato. Yep, I know. Fuck that crazy ass movie. There were a bunch of there were so many good ones, man.
Apparently he was in Enter the Dragon as well.
Yeah, he was.
He was. Yeah.
Black Belt Jones.
That's the movie I'm thinking of. Black Belt Jones.
Yeah, there were crazy amounts of movies back then, and like they're all coming out now on Blu-ray and stuff. I know there's a bunch of places that are pulling them out for, and doing 4K restorations on them and putting them out to Blu-ray now, which is great. I'm glad that we can have that because some of the you get some lost gems in there, man, that are ridiculous. Like I watched one on Amazon Prime. I think last year called Black Shampoo, which is basically just Black Dynamite, but the guy's name is like I forget the guy's name, but it's the same story. And all he's doing is going over to these white women's houses and fucking them. That's all he's doing. He's like, he's like, I got a hair appointment off site. I need to go do this woman's hair, and he's banging them. Even in the salon that he owns, he has like a back room where he supposedly does hair, quote unquote, and he's banging white women. That's all he's doing.
He's ahead of his time.
I was just like, this is a great movie. There's titties and everything. This is awesome.
Logan Michael says Funko Pops are gayer than Clay Aiken again.
Thank you.
we don't disagree with your take on Funko Pops. Nobody here is a Funko Pop enthusiast.
No.
Let's see. Where are we at? Okay. Basil says glass equals 5 out of 10 till the last 10 minutes. Then it's a 0 out of 10.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Damn, man. Depressing.
Hashtag Snake says 2016 Ghostbusters is to that franchise what Lego Batman movie was to the Batman franchise.
Oh, come on now.
Lego Batman.
You're getting a little aggressive there,
dude. Lego Batman was hilarious. I've seen the movie multiple times. I love it. I love it.
Darkness.
But this dude saved the president back in 1997 when he got to the prison island of New York. So let's show some respect for Snake, okay?
Goddamn right.
Michael McLaughlin, I can't wait to see woke Twitter try and justify Ryan Coogler being more deserving of an Oscar for Best Picture than Spike Lee, and I hate Spike Lee.
Oh man,
I don't like Spike Lee movies either.
There are like 2 or 3 I like that are not like crazy woke movies that I do like. I think it's like Summer of Sam and then like Inside Man are 2 of the ones I really like.
Yeah, I mean, Do the Right Thing is actually pretty. It's okay. It's overblown and shit. Yeah, there aren't very good Spike Lee. Mo Better Blues is okay. Just shows Denzel Washington fucking a chick. That's pretty dope. But other than that, it's like.
Did he do New Jack City?
No, that was Marvin Peoples, I think.
Okay, because
okay, yeah.
What about Juice?
Yeah, that's the next one because that's a good one too.
Deep Blue Sea.
Deep Blue Sea.
Hey.
Well, since you're talking about Spike English from Chappelle's Show earlier in the show, I thought I'd throw a Chappelle Show reference.
No, I saw what you were throwing. I picked up what you were throwing down, brother.
Oh, dude! Quick Joe Rogan plug. I was listening to his with Neil. What's his name? Neil Brennan, the guy that worked on Chappelle's Show back in the day. He was telling a Bill Cosby story. Dude, you gotta watch that Joe Rogan clip.
Is it pretty cringy?
No, it's scary.
Oh shit!
Oh.
Jesus,
He had
dude.
caught on to Bill Cosby way before the whole world found out.
Oh,
like, apparently that's like the rumors had been swirling around the Hollywood scene. Like Joe Rogan says, I knew that back in the 90s, and I'm like,
yeah, man, that was a real thing apparently.
It ain't cool, man. Ain't cool. So let's see. Bernard Babinski sent in 2 very, very generous super chats. Thank you very much. It's the Polynesian with a voice of reason, Nick Utam, with a 9-degree black belt in verbal judo. Here's Kendo Slice. He's lean, mean, an SJW fight machine, Dion Green. Last, an architect, a pioneer, a man who NPC sphere, Jeff Hicks. I'm taking a screenshot.
I think somebody's trying to make our own 70s exploitation kung fu movie, which I'm totally fine with.
Yeah, I'm in. Sign me up.
What are we going to be called? Like Black Limo Driver or something? Black Limo Driver starring Dion Green. Where do I fall in line? I mean, I'm not necessarily black nor white. I can be whatever I want to be.
He's driving you. That's what it's happening.
You're Mr. Mocha.
Mr. Mocha.
No, is there a movie called Black Coffee? I know there's a movie called
there's coffee. I don't think it's black coffee.
Yeah, it's coffee. It's not black coffee. Yeah,
we need to make black coffee. Dion's black coffee.
No. Here's what you do. You call it coffee black.
No, but we're all code. We're a group of assassins, and our code names are Starbucks drinks.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
So we have to take down like code name Frappuccino or something.
Yeah. So Jeff would be like Venti.
I'm cool with that. It means 20.
Can we? Oh god.
We could do.
Can we make Dion's one pump mocha?
Oh, wait a minute. Wait, one pump.
I'm just called foam.
I was like, you're steaming milk. The RPG foam.
I mean, I was gonna call you white chocolate. What? Yeah, white
macchiato?
Chocolate. What's it? What? White chocolate macchiato. There you go.
I'd rather be called foam.
Okay.
What are you, Nick?
I don't know, man. What is it?
Caramel. Your caramel. Caramel latte espresso.
Ooh.
Like, ooh, shit.
I think our villain should be like no whip, half fat. So like
No, our villain is cappuccino and an avocado. Clearly,
Cappuccino and avocado.
No, we just call him Maxwell Folger.
Oh shit, I like it.
That fits perfectly. That fits fucking perfectly.
That's the end, Dion. We're fighting on this like gantry thing, and you're like, good to the last drop, and you just drop him off.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Oh shit!
And then he falls into a vat, and then you guys are down there. You go, "That's Folgers in the cup."
No, dude. Nicholas, that's the best part of waking up, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Nick can be. We can call Nick Chai. Chai latte. He's an herbal spice tea from the Orient.
Ooh, I like it. Our real names are
okay
never
with that. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Jeff can be venti macchiato.
I'm cool with that too. Bernard Babinski also says, sick of Bechdel tests, sick of K-Sue DeConnick's sexy lamp test. How about the WCBS examination of quality? Canon followed, character developed, few plot holes, no virtue signaling, no ID, politics, etc. Bernard, you get us. And I like that. The WCBS examination of quality. You know what we need to do, guys? We should get, once we get our website up, we should come up with like remember the Nintendo seal of approval?
Yeah.
We should do something like that where we'll like, if we like a movie enough, we'll slap that seal on it. We could even sell little stickers just for the hell of it.
Oh yeah.
It's like, yeah, $1 for a sheet of stickers is cool. Put them on all your Blu-ray cases. It's like, this shit got the world-class bullshitter seal of approval.
Oh yeah, we can even do like how Rotten Tomatoes does their little ranking system. We just have a quality ranking system where it's either you get a bullshitter's thumbs down or some shit like that. That'd be actually a bunch of movies that we have on a list, and they all get our bullshitters quality seal of approval.
I'm very happy with that. We need to. God, I wish I had more time to do more stuff, but it'll get done. We'll have our website ready before Star Wars Celebration. So
if it's rotten, it's bullshit. If it's good, it's world class.
There we go. I like that. And if it's somewhere in the middle, it's I don't know, Superman: The Quest for Peace. Dante, Jeff, piece of advice: lower your expectations, dude. No, ever. Megatron95 says, time to sit back, relax, eat some golden Oreos, and listen to one of the best YouTube channels. Perfect to end the Thursday night.
Yeah, don't say golden Oreos around Dion. It's his trigger phrase.
Motherfucker stole my Oreo.
Dude, we gave you a pack of them. It's all right.
Yeah.
and then Labe give you another pack.
Yeah, and then we convinced him that they actually got eaten during the night while he was asleep. It was great.
Oh,
good times.
And then I left with 2 extra fucking gallons of mayonnaise.
Yes, you did.
What the fuck am I doing with all this mayonnaise?
I'm so glad you got stuck with all that mayonnaise. You deserve it.
God damn it.
Mr. V says, hey guys, pop quiz. What game from the 90s features Mark Hamill, Thomas F. Wilson, aka Biff Tannen, and porn star Ginger Lynn?
What game?
Is it Wing Commander? That's like the only one I can guess.
Yeah, that's one thing I think of because I want to say he was in that.
That is ridiculous, sir.
Grand Theft Auto 2.
Oh man, that's weird.
I don't think so, but it could be.
I've never played Grand Theft Auto 2.
They didn't get good until Grand Theft Auto 3.
I played 1 and London 1969, so I'm aware of the lack of quality.
Mm-hmm. Maybe that's what I was thinking of, London 69. It's not important. The important thing is, what the hell movie is that? Our game is that? Madden 97.
I was going to say The Guyver, but that was a movie, not a game.
The Guyver, oh my god.
Not a very good one at that.
Nope, but they had a sequel, and the sequel was better. It had 0 fucking good people in it.
You mean like Tremors 3?
Very much like
Tremors. I like Burt Gummer, or whatever his name is.
Well, yeah, he's the only one keeping the series alive, man. Him and fucking Jamie Kennedy.
Well, the thing is, Michael Gross was famous for Family Ties. Nobody really knows that show anymore, so why not? It's a paycheck.
Yeah, it is, man.
Dante Reeves says, Whack Panther is one of the many comic book films where I sympathize with the villain more than the hero.
I wouldn't say that, but I don't blame you for that because it's not like it's not as deep as people want it to be. Getting the villain for sure, especially when it's when he's like, oh, I found my fucking father with panther claws in his chest. You're like, damn, yeah, that's not good. That's not good, T'Challa. You got some fucking answers to these questions, bitch.
Where else we got? Basil says Appalachian Kendo better effing show up on Exozone.
I'm not Appalachian.
Fair enough. You're not Appalachian. Survey says.
I mean, I can pull you up a fucking map to show you where the Appalachian Mountains are and how I'm from nowhere near them. If it is required.
Just play.
That sounds like just like someone from the Appalachians would say. I think we're on you.
No, those hillbillies are usually pretty proud of their no fucking teeth and cousin fucking.
Ah, God.
God damn.
Aiden Pfeiffer's right. This is the best way to spend a Thursday night. Dante Reeves also says, we all know our favorite Uncle EVS is don't wear pants. He just hangs around in his Speedos all day.
Oh, God.
Ew. I have to read these before I read them out loud, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
TK says, there are worse things out tonight than vampires.
Plus one Blade reference.
Thank you.
Yeah, you
Awesome.
get a listener of the night. Adam Walford says Killmonger wouldn't have any ancestors.
That's a semi-good point.
Yeah. I need to watch that movie again. I've only watched it once.
I think I've watched
it a couple times.
Yeah, I watched it a couple times. It's not bad. It's just not the end-all, be-all that it's being painted out to have been over the last year.
It's a pretty good movie. Yeah, that's it.
Let's see. Dante Reeves says, imagine the backlash if Wonder Woman came out on International Women's Day instead of Captain Marvel. Well, there is that narrative of fuck DC, so I'm sure people would have complained about it. You would have had Screen Rant and the Mary Sue and all these other websites attack. It's like, well, that's disingenuous to all the other strong women, blah, blah, blah. It's like, if you're doing the same shit, you know.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, they tried pulling that shit with Wonder Woman, though, because they had, like, the theaters that were only for women to watch the movie.
Well, I mean, that was more the theaters than the actual studio doing that.
Well, yeah.
Warner Brothers, because that's illegal. Actually, they found out it's illegal.
Yeah.
Yes, it's against the law because back in the 50s, people tried to do shit like that, and they were found to be in violation of civil rights eventually.
Well, there was a Civil Rights Act that makes that shit illegal. So
yeah, there's rules against exploiting people or whatever. Fuck off.
Segregating people based on
that's the one. That's the word I was looking for there.
Yeah, I said world class, baby. I know where you're going with this.
Yeah.
There's an article titled "Why You Should Be First in Line for Captain Marvel."
What?
I can't wait to listen because you like women and because women are strong and because she's the most powerful character. We want to keep saying over and over again because she's a pilot and she's blonde and she's white. Oh my God, we let her be white. Oh God, fuck.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Like, I remember you guys saying on one of the episodes that one of the original Captain Marvels was black.
Yeah, dude, it wasn't black.
Yeah. Why not make her Captain Marvel? Why is it a white woman? If you want to go for diversity and shit, why not do that?
Yeah.
That's why it's a slippery slope, man. That's why it's a slippery slope, because once you make that the reason, you can easily say, wait a minute. There was a black one. Why didn't we go with that one?
Yeah. What? Well, it's so you got black. Why isn't it a gay black woman?
Why isn't a gay black woman who's lost a foot?
Yeah. How about that?
She doesn't have diabetes. She isn't reflective of women in America.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
There is a population of this country that is handicapped that wants to see themselves represented as a hero.
Yeah.
Yes, we should make her in a wheelchair.
Well, that's why you watch the Rock movie called Skyscraper.
Die Hard with a pig leg?
Yar.
Yep, that's the one.
Yar Peter. Yarsting.
Damn it.
Now Tudyk is great.
I love that, man.
Adam Wofford, another great person. I like Beta Ray Bill, but I'm not a damn alien with a horse's head, but he is really cool. Hail Doomcock, the God Emperor of mankind.
Oh, shit.
Yes, hail Doomcock. Folks, if you're watching this and you don't know who Doomcock is, go to the Overlord DVD YouTube channel and subscribe after this live stream's over.
If you don't know who Doomcock is, what are you doing with your life?
I know. Demogenai says, as promised, I have my DBS Broly review up, Dragon Ball Super. I need to see that. Everyone keeps telling me about that damn movie. And I like Dragon Ball enough, so, I should watch it.
Man.
I know.
You have five episodes of one half of a fight scene.
No, it's 5 episodes of them staring at each other, getting ready to fight after thinking about it for 10 episodes.
Oh my God, he's more powerful than us. How are we going to defeat him? But if we combine ourselves and become Vegeta, Vagina, Petita,
you know why that is, Dion? Dion, you know why they have those long gaps like that? because the comic book wasn't done yet, so they were just making up shit so they could have filler for a TV show.
God.
Nice.
It's kind of a funny story, if you ask me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch 18 episodes of you trying to charge up your bullshit. I'm sorry, I can't do that.
Yeah.
I've
never watched any balls and have never had a desire to do so.
Yeah, I feel you there, man.
First time for everything, Kendo. Mexi Man and Cheese says the best thing from Black Panther was the alt-right calling black people Wakandans.
That was pretty goddamn funny. Even I gotta admit that was pretty funny. I was like, damn it. Don't make me laugh. That's goddamn Wakandans. They hate America. I'm like, oh, I see what they're doing. It is pretty funny.
Our friend Reed Palancha, we haven't heard from him in a while. The most self-absorbed people display an ironic penchant for the smallest minds and largest mouths. Aaron W. Matthews, it shows that Peter Principle is working well today.
He wants to be.
Well, I'll have to look deeper into that. But we do love our virtue signalers out there in the real world. They are the ones who think they control the narrative, and then people just don't pay money. So, thank you for your sanity. Appalachian American Jeremy says Brie Larson is just Amy Schumer in disguise.
Oh wow!
What disguise can you use to go from Amy Schumer to Brie Larson?
That's a form of technology we don't have yet.
What is that, like invisible aluminum or whatever from Star Trek?
Invisible, actually, that is.
Wake up, computer! Wake up, computer!
Dante Reeves sent in a couple in a row. He says the Oscars is a Hollywood circle jerk full of nobodies pretending to be somebodies who every year tries to change us cavemen for the greater good. Middle finger. And then Dante Reeves says Wolverine the Space Musical as well as Wakanda Forever.
God. Wolverine the Space Musical. I'd watch it in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I'd go see that.
Song called Gene. It's just him like, Gene, you never loved me, but I'm Gene.
I would watch that. The fucking movie poster is just his face mid-scream with tears in his eyes, and it's just called Gene! Exclamation point. Gene!
Oh god. The sad thing is he probably read the script and be like, all right, when do we start?
Yeah.
How much when we start?
Again?
Do I get to wear the yellow tights this time? I'm really waiting for them to actually wear the costume in the fucking movie. That's the last thing they can do for Wolverine.
Yep, just give me one yellow costumed Wolverine. Just one.
Do you want yellow and brown or yellow and blue tiger stripes?
Now, yellow and brown was my favorite, but give me the yellow and blue tiger stripes if I have to pick one for
definitely yellow and blue. Definitely yellow and blue.
I like it. We'll make that movie ourselves. Swinging Cots' theory: Marvel Studios is pressuring Marvel Entertainment to cancel the Netflix shows to use the characters in the movies. Feige/Promoter feud BS. I've heard about their feuds and all that behind-the-scenes drama and nonsense, and it's usually the kind of shit that kills a good franchise. Like Spider-Man the Animated Series, there was some kind of weird back and forth between Fox and something else, and the ladies or the people that produced the show. So the show got canceled. Hence, they finished out Spider-Man Unlimited or did that or whatever. So bureaucracy in entertainment does fuck up great shows. I mean, Spider-Man 94 could have went on for another 5 years, 10 years. That would have been nice to have a never-ending Spider-Man cartoon. It's just so popular, they have to keep it on because it makes that much money. That's the world I want to live in.
Yeah, well, for some reason, good animated shows always get fucking the legs cut out from underneath them because of bullshit.
Yep.
Logan Michael says, read backwards. Yag era spop oknuf.
You want to fight me, Klingon? Is that what that fucking word is? Huh? You want to fight me, motherfucker?
Yeah. I forgot Dion is fluent in Klingon.
That's right. You can go Yog Spog yourself, asshole. Fuck with me. I'm the last one. I ain't the one. Yog Spog yourself, asshole.
Jeremy Gal, thank you very much. Hey, did you forget about another Tom Selleck classic, Runaway, with Gene Simmons and his acid spiders and heat-seeking gun and bullets?
What?
That sounds awfully, awfully awful, but great.
Oh, I gotta watch this movie now.
Yeah,
because I just have to.
It sounds like something that has to be watched for the channel.
Runaway, 1984. In this advanced society, most homes have robots that perform everyday menial duties. Every so often, one malfunctions, and Sergeant Jack Ramsey, Tom Selleck, an expert in rogue machines, must deal with it. When he and his new partner, Karen Thompson, investigate a robot-involved homicide, they discover strange computer chips. Rather than a malfunction, someone is programming robots to kill. The police must find whoever is behind these murders before the harm is done.
This sounds awfully familiar.
I have to
want it to be.
Wait, hold on. No. But seriously, that sounds really fucking familiar, guys. Come on now.
There are so many good movies that mash up into that one. I don't even know where to start.
It sounds a lot like iRobot. Like a lot like iRobot.
Do you know what the best
Blade Runner?
Dion is? It's got the cast list of all the people, and it's got Gene Simmons, Tom Selleck, Kirstie Alley, Cynthia Rhodes, and then there's a guy named Joey Kramer, and it's a mugshot. I don't know why that's so funny to me. He's got dirt on his face. He got beat up. Then he was crying.
But that sounds a lot like iRobot, like so much like iRobot.
Well,
then iRobot ripped them off.
Yeah.
I have to see it now. Thank you, Jeremy.
Well, iRobot was a book series well before that, but
Nick, make it happen.
Right.
Grand Inquisitor says 90s Surge. Grand Inquisitor.
yes.
Yeah. Surge still exists.
Yeah, it came back.
Yeah.
I thought Citra was better though.
Citra was
You'd be wrong.
Oh no, Citra had a much nicer tang to it. Surge was like drinking a cup of sugar.
No, I got a great Citra story. I'll save it for after hours though.
Deal. That'll bring in the huge bucks. That'll put butts in seats.
That's right. Thank you, Tony.
All out of bubblegum. Thank you very much. Lurking and watching while doing my laundry. Can it get any better than this? I think not. Wolverines. Red Dawn is
Great movie,
right?
Yes,
Yep.
it is.
Correct.
That means it fits our 35th anniversary criteria collection.
This part's when fucking baby gets put in the corner by a Russian helicopter.
Oh man, she never danced again. Yeah, well, she never danced again after that shit.
Oh shit.
Let's see. Thunder Robot says Clayne Crawford did an interview that tells a different story of what happened behind the scenes of Lethal Weapon on YouTube, Drinking Bros podcast. Well, I'm gonna take a screenshot of that because I'm curious to know what actually happened. I mean, I'm not gonna go to bat for this dude. He could have beat up an old lady and stole her ice cream or something, but I did like that show enough.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Thank you, Thunder Robots. I'm gonna check that podcast out because when I'm not watching Star Trek, I'm listening to podcasts when I draw. Illumina, thank you very much. Love you guys. Resident Evil 2 remake's out tomorrow. Can't wait for Metro Exodus as well.
That's right, Resident Evil 2.
Did you guys get the demo downloaded for that yet?
Nope, I didn't. I heard it was fun though. I've been watching a few Let's Plays on it.
I have the demo downloaded. It's a one shot, and then you can't play it anymore. So,
oh shit, that's really fucking horrible.
I think I'm gonna sit down with it tomorrow night after I get my work done. And I'm gonna test it out in the dark. If it's awesome, I'm gonna buy it because Resident Evil 2 was one of my
dude,
as a kid.
That was my introduction into horror games, and it was so much fun. So much fun.
I have a Leon Kennedy action figure. That's how much I love it.
Man.
Illumina, if you enjoy it, let me know. I really do not have the time to invest in another game. Put it like this: Resident Evil will be a game I get on Black Friday for $20. I know that sounds really shitty, but that's when I'll have the time to play it at the end of the year. TLJ Screwjob, there you are. The Michael B. Oscars, every nominee, every category.
Best supporting actress, Michael B. Jordan.
No way. Michael B. Jordan was in The Hours? Oh, that's awesome.
He gets the award for best sound mixing.
he also gets a lifetime achievement award for the Oscars as well.
Best animated film, Michael B. Jordan.
Wait, bro, you're in the Spider-Verse? Nah, man, I'm just Michael B. Jordan.
and the thing is that every time he comes on stage, he has to keep carrying the previous Oscar with him, all the time. He can't put him down. He's like, shit. He's like, all right, just put the last one in my mouth. It's fine. It's all right. I just put it in my mouth. All right. Yeah.
Nah, I'd like to see him riding around like a fucking Cub Cadet with a trailer, just drive up on stage, throws it in there. You just hear clunk. and just he's just doing fucking laps through the backstage area, back out on stage, picking up trophies.
He doesn't even say anything anymore. He just takes it and waves.
Thanks, bye.
Mexi Man and Cheese says Black Panther is woke exploitation.
I mean,
I do. I like
no. Better yet, he's got a black garbage bag. Puts him in there. He's like, fucking one more, pop it in. Come on, let's go. This thing can stretch really well. It's fine. Let's go.
TLJ Screwjob says my friend's Black Dynamite TV show description: the Black Panthers plus KKK team up to stop the first IR porno from being made. Me, I may watch this show.
IR, there's an infrared porno.
God,
yeah, I guess so.
No, Black Panther had the cartoon. I think the cartoon's still on Hulu.
Oh, Black Dynamite.
Black Dynamite, sorry, yeah, Black Dynamite. Yeah, the cartoon's still on there for sure.
I need to watch it. Stop watching Home Improvement reruns. Jill's going back to school, and Brad's got that shitty haircut with the ponytail.
Jesus Christ!
From the 90s, that sucked.
So you're in like 1996-ish territory.
Maybe. Astro Lime says the 70s was a good time for movies. From my understanding, it was because the studio system collapsed in the 60s. That's what George Lucas says on that Empire of Dreams documentary, how basically the studios were being bought up by like Pepsi Cola or Fujifilm and stuff like that. And people were going out and doing their own things. And that's where you got like American Zoetrope, the Francis Ford Coppola thing. And you had a lot of them.
Imagine how hard it was to do your own movie back then. Because now it's easy as hell. I mean, you have an iPhone and a mic and, some semi-good lighting. You can make a movie. But back then, you had to have film, and film cost money to process, and that's a pain in the ass.
Well, that's why the first Star Wars had to be redone the way it was at a certain time, because it was shot on this really crappy stock, and like the negatives started to warp, so they had to fix it right away, or else it'd be lost forever.
Oh shit!
Yeah, that movie would be lost. What a fucking mistake! Could you imagine if we lived in a world where the only negative was a fucking VHS tape?
That'd be fucking crazy.
That would be a point where I say remake the movie.
Oh my god. No, because I mean if that was the case, and at some point they'd get computers in there and they'd fuck it up somehow and make it an HD or something and touch it up to the point where it's unrecognizable and it would just be bad.
Oh, so like the special editions.
Correct.
Okay, fair enough. We're on the same page.
Yep.
Let's see. Sergeant Longstroke says hashtag make Therm Scissor Punch an action figure.
Oh my god, I hope so.
I'll buy 6 of them.
Yeah. I want like a big Mafix one.
Ooh, you're going to go the $100 route. I was going to go for the $5 route from Hasbro.
Nah, I want a big fuck clobber and Therm Scissor Punch to put on my wall.
God, remember when that was actually a character people were talking about?
Yeah. It was like, what's he going to be? What's he going to be? He's just some fucking lobster-looking bastard playing some crazy, stupid space poker.
Spoker?
Yeah.
Logan Michael says modern problems require modern solutions. They do.
Balance is all things should be.
Like nukes? Is that what you're talking about?
Well, Modern Problems is actually a pretty good movie with Chevy Chase. He gets psychic powers after being exposed.
Oh shit! I've seen that one. I love that one.
I did too. And then he does the cocaine off of Deb.
Yeah.
Hey,
that's one of the most iconic scenes I remember in that movie. He does like the salt, whatever it is, around the bed because I think he's possessed. Oh man.
Basil says, I like my coffee big, black, and full of cream. Then the Grand Inquisitor responded with, I like my women like I like my coffee. Hot, black, and wet.
I like my women like I like my coffee ground up and in the fridge. What's your point?
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay. All right. God damn it.
At least he didn't say illegally traded.
Jesus.
That's Michael Myers 67. I only date black girls because I hate meeting fathers. Jesus Christ.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
Easy.
Wow.
This just took a dark turn.
Basil says Dion is an Oreo, Nick is a coconut, Kendo is one of those racist white Oreos, and Jeff is a maple Oreo.
A racist white
maple Oreo.
Wait, white Oreos are racist? Is this something new?
You're yogurt dipped Oreos. Kind of shit. I hate
from Appalachia.
So it's just like mayonnaise and sugar.
God damn, that sounds awful.
I know.
That sounds like a Super Bowl treat right there, son.
Yeah, well, Tom Brady, nothing but the best. Zaire says Aquaman is just the inverse plot of Black Panther.
I don't know about that one.
No, because
he's going back home. He then becomes king, as opposed to is already king and then becomes king again.
They're both fighting their brothers or relatives.
Half brother, yeah, it's a half brother battle. There we go.
Yeah, I guess. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
And also one is kind of concentrates on racism. The other one slightly concentrates on like climate change and trash.
Yeah. We're not perfect. End of discussion.
Yeah, exactly. It was really quick. I was like, all right, good.
Crossbreed Azure says, I just got my copy of Resident Evil 2, and this is for the other night. Anybody who says Dragon Ball is sexist doesn't know who Bulma is, because without her, the world would have been destroyed multiple times.
God.
She was smart. Okay. Her and her Capsule Corp stuff that her and her dad would make. I mean,
is that a thing people say, that Dragon Ball's sexist now?
Yeah, it's really a thing right now. That's how dumb.
Dude, I read an article that said, they're like the SJWs are condemning American Pie. It's like, oh, go fuck yourself. That was a raunchy teen comedy. I miss those movies because of you, because of the SJWs. We can't have any of those movies anymore. Go fuck yourself.
That's right.
Yeah, we can't have Porky's. We can't have American Pie. Any of that stuff.
We can't have Revenge of the Nerds.
That's a perfect fucking example. Try making that movie now. The dude fucking films her taking her clothes off and puts it online. Imagine trying that shit. But that movie doesn't get condemned. That movie isn't, Jason Biggs and what's his nuts that wrote the film isn't some shitty person. But no, that shit would be fucking. That wouldn't even pass.
Actually, that's kind of a time capsule of the '90s. It's like you had just like the beginnings of a webcam.
Yeah,
and you could send the video feed, the shitty video feed, over dial-up to your friends. Of course, you're gonna do that. You have the chance of doing this. Of course, you're gonna do it.
There was no precedent for lawsuits.
Nope.
Yeah, yeah. There's no way you could find a camera small enough that would record long enough for you to do that. What are you going to get your dad's Hi8 camera? Get the fuck out of here.
That was the best part of that movie, though, when he's trying to dance.
Oh my god!
Yeah. What's funny is when I saw the movie as a kid, I didn't realize. Well, I was like, wait, what happened to him? And then I was like, oh, the next year, I was like, duh.
Dude, I remember when the movie came out, I loved it, and I was at my aunt's house, and my grandmother watched it with me and my cousin. And she understood. Here's kind of the weird thing. She understood every joke and laughed at everything.
It's cross-generational.
Yeah, I was just like, at least Grandma gets it. At least she's enjoying it.
Everyone knows how fucking awkward it is to grow the fuck up.
Yeah.
Basil says Leslie Jones should have been Captain Marvel, but Hollywood is racist. Ray could have been played by Kelly Marie Tran, but again, racist.
Well, and also Ray could have been an alien, also nipping that whole human thing in the bud. Be like, oh, she's an alien, fucking diverse.
Yeah,
done.
She's magenta.
Michael Myers 67. They have the best super chat of the night. Nick, you'll love this. Dr. Loomis touched me.
Dude,
oh god!
Don't put that on Dr. Loomis. Don't put that on Dr. Loomis. Goddamn,
Michael. Boom, and he blows.
You made a serial killer, you sick son of a bitch! God damn it!
Wait, are you inferring that Dr. Loomis was seeing Michael Myers before he went crazy, and that's what made him turn crazy?
All I'm saying is his I guess journey to being a healthy young man was well underway until very private sections with Dr. Loomis. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying.
Fair enough. Acid Blade 21 says, "Hey Jeff, there's a manga series that I highly recommend. It's called Dead Tube. It's a satire of YouTube." Well, let me take a screenshot of that. I'm gonna check it out.
Awesome.
Swinging Cod says, "If you want good comics with Monica Rambeau as Captain Marvel, check out Next Wave by Warren Ellis. Hilarious."
Will do.
Well, I got my website where I read comics. I've been reading old Avengers books. It was funny. I told people on the Facebook page, I'm going to read all the old Avengers books just for the hell of it before the movie comes out. I got a couple issues in, and then I jumped to the X-Men. I said, fuck the Avengers. The X-Men are so much cooler.
Oh, really? It's that bad?
It's not that it's bad, but it's very hokey.
Okay.
Old Avengers is not good. That's not good.
Well, the thing is, if somebody said, Jeff, where should I start reading certain comics? Well, I'm like, if you're going to read X-Men, read the John Byrne, Chris Claremont era. No, actually start with the new, Giant Size X-Men. So Dave Cockrum, Chris Claremont, read all that shit. if you're like, Jeff, where should I read Avengers? I'm like, maybe in the issues 200 or so, or the 50s into the 200s. Spider-Man started at the beginning because Spider-Man is the only Marvel character that doesn't really suck in the very beginning, and the Fantastic Four gets better.
Yeah, and they just keep like trying to just pull everything they can out of Spider-Man, and it's really bad. Just let it go. Leave it. Just let it be. Okay, please.
Well, there's a bunch of restructuring going on at DC Comics right now. I haven't looked into the story too much, but EVS covered it. But there's like they're getting rid of people, they're moving stuff around, they're moving their comic books into Walmart, and it's really interesting. I bet you DC will outlive Marvel on the publishing front.
Oh shit! Well, I mean, from what you've been saying, what I've been hearing from EVS, it seems like DC's been kind of keeping up with the audience and keeping things like good, as opposed to Marvel who's gone SJW several times and like had to reboot comics and characters like all the time.
Well, another thing too, Marvel just doesn't want to pay good creators. Like there are some great artists that do work at Marvel. I'm not trying to knock them. There's some great writers that work there too. But a lot of the big titles were put in interns' hands, and they were people that weren't qualified. Or you had a guy like Dan Slott who just has like these weird ideals about Spider-Man and basically changes the character at the fundamental level and turns off people like me, who I used to buy Spider-Man no matter what. Like you could make him a frog like they did with Thor. I would have kept buying the book until he went back to normal. But no, Dan Slott ruined it for me with Spider-Verse and 50 Spider-Man. It just wasn't well done. Hope you enjoyed your movie. You killed Spider-Man. Pagan God X says, don't have anything smart ass to say for once. Just wanted to say hi and missing Good Morning Pop Culture and had to ask Dion, how's the TV situation?
Oh, thanks, man. I actually got it working right now. I'm dual screening right now with the comments on the TV, and I got my shit. I got it good. I got the process down. I appreciate your warm thoughts.
I did love when I was up to visit. You're like having issues getting into stream to the TV. You're like, God damn it! You were freaking out over your laptop.
Like, wait, are you doing like wireless streaming to the TV or something?
Yeah.
How the hell are you doing that?
Smart TV, bro.
Oh shit! Okay.
2019, bitch. Welcome to the 21st century. This ain't the island,
but the best.
That's right.
Dion is the cousin Eddie of technologically advanced human beings.
Goddamn right.
Zaire says, if you want to watch Dragon Ball Z, watch DBZ abridged on YouTube. I remember that.
I don't want to at all.
Hilarious.
I'll watch Dragon Ball Z Kai, which is like they cut out many episodes. I'm not going to watch Dragon Ball Z. We'll put it like that. I
just remember Dragon Ball Z dub too was hilarious.
Dion, I want to lock you in a room and make you watch Dragon Ball Z. The episodes where Goku's running away from the dinosaur.
That sounds funny. But if it's 10 episodes of is he going to eat me? I know the dinosaurs. I need to get my Kamiha charged. I'm gonna be like, God damn it! Why am I here? What am I doing with my life?
A lot or a little. Reference. Dante Reeves says, in all seriousness, the late 90s and early 2000s were the best time to be alive. It was a great time.
Yeah.
Entertainment was better. Shit was better. The 90s seemed to be better economically. Like,
right.
Everybody was like, oh, you had some extra money. People could do more. It was before the housing bubble and all that shit and the big recession in the early 2010 or 2008, right?
2008.
28, yeah.
That was a shit time. That's when it kind of but yeah, dude, late 90s, early 2000s was the best time for wrestling ever.
Yes.
Yep.
By fucking far.
Logan Mike Dion be like black man, old lady, peach, finger wet. There's just little
what the hell?
What? Emojis?
I don't know. There are little emojis. A black guy, a white old
lady. He just put words, black dude, white woman, old lady, finger. I'm like, did he just put those words in? Or what?
They're emojis. They're emojis of a black dude, an old white lady with glasses, a peach, a finger, and then water droplets.
I think I know what that means.
Yeah, I think I got an idea. He wants to make an old lady's wet by touching her peach with his finger.
Oh, Jesus, Dion.
What can I say? The fans know me by now.
It's true. The Real Last Jedi says, hello, bullshitters. Just checking in, but I'm sad to hear from you. Punisher 2, Season 2 was lackluster. Just started watching episode 3. Remember, Real Last Jedi. I always tell people Make up your own minds. Do what you want to do. If I said I don't like it, still, if you have the time and you're interested, you might enjoy it. You might think it's incredible. For me, I just was disappointed and expected more. But if you enjoyed it, Real Last Jedi, shoot me a message over on Twitter or here or somewhere and let me know, and we'll talk. I'm looking forward to more people that I interact with to watch the show so I can have a discussion and see if it was just me or if the show was just garbage. Dante Reeves says in the 80s and 90s had great films but mediocre, crappy CGI. The 80s and 90s had great films but mediocre to crappy CGI, but modern films have spectacular CGI but mediocre to above average films. Well, that's a true statement.
Yep.
TLJ Screwjob says to SJWs, JD plus N should hate Kendo because he's white.
I mean, he does come from the very racist area of Appalachia.
Southern Appalachia.
That's right. Can't trust him.
Southwest Appalachia. That's where we're going to have. I actually have a Wokebusters comic book. Like, we actually go to Portland, Oregon, where it's already like a super, or no, should we go to Seattle?
Portland for sure.
I was thinking Portland because then we could find that we should basically mix Ghostbusters 1 and 2 together. The River of Soy and all this shit. And that way,
The River of Soy goes right to the top.
Yeah.
White House? No, Oregon.
Yeah. We gotta stop it. Like, for some reason, the three of us moved to Oregon. I know what it is. We moved to Oregon because it's cheap to live there. And, we're all doing fine, but we realize people they treat us differently, and we realize what's going on. We gotta find a parallel. We'll talk off air. Dante Reeves says Dion is chocolate pudding, Kendo is vanilla pudding, Nick is caramel pudding, and Jeff is choconilla. I sound the most delicious.
Yeah.
Jeremy Gal says Shout Factory does great exploitation films. In the coming months, Legend of the Seven Golden Vampires and the Street Fighter trilogy with Sonny Chiba. Ooh. And the new ones like Cobra with Sly and 10 to Midnight with Charles Bronson.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Check out another one called Vinegar Syndrome. They do a lot more. They get into a lot of Vinegar Syndrome does a lot of that stuff. They get into what is it? They get into a lot of the old exploitation films as well. Then there's Synapse Films, and they do a good amount too. Of old movies like that. I think they recently, they didn't do an exploitation film recently, but they did one called Popcorn from the 90s. That was kind of horror movie that I loved as a kid, and they did a really good transfer with that. But no, check out all those places and just keep an ear out. You always find some new website, some place that's buying up these films for nothing and repurposing them and putting out Blu-rays and stuff. So,
Dion, I smell a mutual gift of Cobra starring Stallone.
That's a thing.
Let's see. Teabag Balzac. So Spider-Verse is worse than a moist and crusty teabag. How can you be moist and crusty?
That's just an awful
Don't ask
visual.
questions you want the answer to. That's a bad idea.
Yeah. I'm gonna say thank you, Mr. Teabag Balzac. And we couldn't have had the show without you.
Yep, just go with that.
Chris Wick says, "Sup BS Dion? Did you see my January Lena Dunham tribute on Facebook for you? Serious note, what is your equivalent of Iron Man to be the mainstay in the MCU next phase?" Ooh, what a good question.
Ooh, I did not see your thing on Facebook. I'm gonna have to make sure to look that up. Oh man, mainstay of Iron Man. And the next, I think I'm gonna have to go with Black Panther. The way that they fucking been pushing that shit. Will it work? I think that remains to be seen. But I think they're gonna try and make Black Panther the focal point. Him and Captain Marvel, depending on how well they do, obviously.
Yeah, because because Black Panther's sister has all the tech and they have vibranium and things like that. I would say that as well.
Yeah, I hate to just echo what you guys are saying, but you need somebody with the money and the funding, and that way they also have safe harbor from the U.S. government, and they have the autonomy to operate. So yeah, Black Panther makes the most sense. Who will be the next Iron? And the thing is, he's fine. It's like
right.
It's almost like the Tom Holland Spider-Man situation, where I'm okay with the actor and I like the character, but the world surrounding them kind of brings it down for me.
Yes.
No. If they replace Iron Man with Miss Marvel, I'm be pissed off.
It's like, can't you go back to sleep for another 25 years or forever?
I'm trying to do my best and wait until
put her in a capsule and then shoot her into the sun. Whatever works.
it's just she's so Brie Larson's just so unlikable. God damn it.
She's so meh.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Again, like I said, I'm hoping I'm wrong, especially so I can go back on the high council and rubbing everybody's faces. But again, I'm waiting until the movie comes out. Either way, whatever. I'm just gonna wait. And if they fuck it up, they get the full ire of fucking lean, mean Deion Green.
Blade 21 says, "What's wrong with Dragon Ball? Several years ago, I bought all the Dragon Ball on DVD and watched all 508 episodes in just under 3 months, and then marathoned 17 movies in one weekend. Jesus!
Oh my god!
Nothing wrong with it. It's just not my thing, man.
That's all it is. Oh god, I always get this a lot from anime, from people who like truly love anime. I always say I don't like it, and they're always like, "Oh, you haven't watched the right one." It's like I've watched a couple of them. I just don't like it. I'm sorry, it's like, not my thing.
I've seen enough to know I'm not into it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and to be specific, the reason I don't like anime is because everything is drawn out. I mean, I every time I find something that I watch I'm semi interested in, it reminds me why I don't like it. You know, recently I've started watching Baki. The whole thing is, you know, and they got to do, you know, you'll be in the middle of a fight scene and they got to reference something else that's happening in the other part of the city. Or say they're in the middle of a fight scene and they have to pause it and then go into a description of the technique of the fucking martial art. Or it's something cool happening, but they got to stop and they got to go, the dude has a flashback to when he had an interaction with the mother of the main character 20 years ago and why he feels the way. It's just everything is so drawn out in anime. And it takes forever to get a single point across, a single scene across, and that's why it's just so hard for me to get into it. God damn it! It's just why? Why do you do that? Just show the scene, and then exposition just takes forever.
Well, Acid Blade, if you can hear this, those are my nice SH Figure Arts Dragon Ball Z figures. So I do like Dragon Ball Z. I watched it when it was on Cartoon Network in the 90s. Toonami was like 5:30. I was really into the show. For me, I just like American comics and that kind of stuff a lot more because of the characters, but I do like Golgo 13 and Lupin the Third a lot, so I don't really dislike anime at all. It really just depends. If somebody bought me Dragon Ball Z on Blu-ray, I'd watch the shit out of it. But I was bought it for myself at Christmas, but I know I would waste a lot of time. Phil's got it. He goes, "You can borrow them anytime you want." And I'm like, yeah, I know I could. And I would sit and watch the fucking Frieza saga or the Namek saga in like a weekend, and I would do nothing. So you guys don't want me to watch any of this shit because you won't get more content. Trust me. You want me to watch as least as possible, like the least amount of stuff as possible. You want woke busters. You want all these great things.
That's why I haven't rewatched Stargate ever, because if I do, I'm not nothing will happen. Nothing ever will happen.
All right. Well, let's close the shot in a second. We got 3 more super chats. First off, Logan Michael says GTG Funko Pops are still super duper mega gay. Dante Reeves says Dion is the first black man to dislike Dragon Ball.
The first?
I would doubt that.
Yeah.
Probably
and then
when you've heard say that on this channel.
And then the Grand Inquisitor, though it wasn't the last super chat, I wanted to read this one last because it is the perfect way to close out the show. Wait for it. Party boob!
Party boob!
So, folks, we had a hell of a turnout tonight. The show went way longer than we expected. It was just an hour longer than we planned, but why are we going to complain? You guys were into it. We were into it. Yeah, you guys make it fun. That's why we do it live. Fuck it, we'll do it live. And you know,
awesome.
It's one of the highlights of my week. So before we close it out, I'd like to tell everyone that's new to the channel, welcome. Thank you very much. And I'd like to thank everyone who stuck with us throughout last year and into this year. We keep on growing. We're going to hit 100,000 subscribers by Star Wars Celebration, before Star Wars Celebration. I mean, I messaged you guys. I'm like, hey, we just hit 80,000. And now it's like, oh, we just hit 82,000. It's like in the same week. So we're really trucking along. So we'll be at this rate in 10 weeks. We'll have 100,000, but it'll probably be better.
Baby.
I know. We're going to have a huge celebration. Like I told you guys, when we hit 100,000 before Avengers, if that's the case, we will do on the weekend before, we'll do a live stream, a 42-hour live stream of nothing but Marvel commentaries. We'll tag out. We'll invite guests. I'll get Nerdrotic to come back on for one. I'll get Doomcock to come on for one. Jeremy, Ethan. We'll do all that stuff. We'll get all the people that have been involved with the channels to help us out and do our big spectacular. What is this, fucking Punisher, Spacker Dave? No, it's spectacular. Excuse me, I misspoke. But guys, you want that to happen. We want that to happen. And that's what will happen as soon as we hit that 100K mark. So if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, share it over on social media, Facebook, YouTube, all that shit. You know what to do. And if you're a patron, we're going to go on to After Hours right now. We're going to discuss our Royal Rumble predictions. We're going to talk about the Jeff story of the week. We're going to be talking about a few other things. So if you're really invested in the channel, it's only $1 a month to get on that and listen to it. It's a lot of fun. We give you guys a lot of content. This week, I had to work on a video, so we weren't able to record our Fantastic Four commentary, but that might be Saturday, so be on the lookout for that. Is there anything else I'm missing, guys, that I need to tell the listeners before we close out the show?
Not that I can think of. We got all the other Stealing Solo shit out, so yeah. I think
again,
we covered
folks,
a lot.
Yeah, we did cover a lot. But again, folks, if you backed Stealing Solo and you live in America, there's a good chance that your early bird certificate was already shipped out. And if you live in America, it will be guaranteed to be shipped out tomorrow, as well as the rest of the world, because I'm looking at 1,000 of these things just sitting in boxes, and those are all going to the post office. They love me at the post office. So it's going to be great. Once you guys get it, just tag us on social media to let me know they arrived on time. Thank you very much for backing the project, and I'll be doing, I guess, Woke Busters next. So Dion, Nick, Kendo, let's go to Skype. So folks, see you next time. And for those listening on Podbean, iTunes, and Stitcher Radio and Google Play Music, here's a song.